Feel the breeze. I feel the breeze. It's nice and breezy. Hey, hey, boss. Hey, how are you today? It's your girl, LaShonda Henry here, aka Sister Sense. Always excited to share things you can do to work on your money, your marketing, and your sales goals too, with strategy and intention. Yes. Yay. I could think of no better way than to start the second half of this year than to jump on here and have a mid-year reset conversation with you. This is for my coaches, my speakers, my authors, my consultants, my creative entrepreneurs looking to work on your business growth goals, work on your life goals, right? We are going to dig in and dig deep. So come on in, come on in, come on in to the virtual building. The mid-year reset conversation is about to begin. Yay! So, okay. By the way, of course, as always, feel free to check in with me. Let me know who you are and where you are in this beautiful world today. Okay. And of course, if you're catching me on the replays side, as I like to say, you can always drop into the comment box hashtag replays rock. So let's do this. Let's rock out. You know, we want to, as entrepreneurs, we want to make sure that we are staying on task, right? We're staying laser focused and we are getting things done. I'm sure that of all the things that you could possibly work on, you are looking to work on your profit, your progress, and your productivity, right? Any of those P's resonate with you, feel free to check in with me and say, hey, 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 absolutely. So when it comes to the mid-year reset, I want to share with you things that you can do to work on these things: your progress, your profit, your productivity, all the things. Okay. So, the first thing that I want to do is to share with you three B's. Okay, well, actually, these are not three B's. Forgive me. These are three P's when it comes to the 100 goal. Okay, so I was doing a training yesterday and I talked about I have a challenge called the 100 challenge, and I have five different P's to help you figure out how you can track and benchmark moving forward with your business goals. Three of those P's I'm going to drop on you today. Okay. The first one is 100 as far as profit is concerned. So the first 100 is profit. If you are an entrepreneur and you are either number one, starting your business, or maybe you are a side hustle sister or brother and you are looking to transition from 9 to 5 to doing your business full time, one of the first things that I like to talk about is getting to a place where you crunch the numbers and you work on your initial foundation of generating sustainable income, generating real revenue, right? When it comes to GRO, I call GRO getting rich online. You have to GRO work on generating real revenue online, which means that for me, you have to GRO work on your goals, your routines, and your offers. So when it comes to GRO, your goals, your routines, and your offers, the first thing that you want to do is to crunch the numbers and work towards averaging at least $100 a day. Okay. So when it comes to the 100 goals, the first of the three P's is profit. Are you in a space where, number one, you're making at least $100 a day every 30 days? That averages about 3K, right? So if you're in a space where you're averaging at least 3K, maybe 3 to 5K, that's a great way to set a benchmark, a trackable benchmark for a foundation for your business as a solopreneur entrepreneur, right? A business of one, and of course you can build from there. Now, to be clear, if you have other goals, I'm definitely going to talk about those too. But one goal when it comes to these three 100 goals for me is 100 profit, at least making $100 a day, at least 3 to 5K a month. Okay, that's number one. Number two, P for me that I can share with you is people. Are you reaching at least 100 people every day? Okay, this is important because I find that a lot of entrepreneurs They are in a space where they create a lot of products, they create a lot of offers, but they're not as proactive when it comes to promoting those offers and reaching enough people, right? Either you're not reaching anybody or practically nobody, because it's very few people looking at you, looking at what you do, looking at your offers too. You need to focus on reaching at least 100 people a day. Okay. By the way, the goal of that is so that you're consistently driving traffic to your pages that have your products that are going to help you generate that profit, right? And there are many myriad of ways to do this. Jumping on a live stream, being in a space where you're doing not just live, but maybe regular recorded video or audio or podcasting or blogging or virtual events or creating lead magnets. There is a lot of stuff that you can do when it comes to putting yourself out there, right? When it comes to marketing yourself. To be clear, when I talk about resetting your business, right? The first thing that I wanted to do was to share these 3 Ps with you, right? If you're looking to progress, if you're looking to move forward, I want you to know that this is still your year. You still have an opportunity to get clear. You can do a lot in the next 6 months, but you have to get very intentional, right? So if you are really resonating with what I'm saying right now, I want you, whether you're watching live or via the replay, I want you to say to yourself, this is still my year. Feel free to even drop it into the comment box, drop it in here. This is still my year, right? A lot of people, maybe they want to do things, but they've given up on themselves. They've given up on their ideas, their vision, their business. This is still your year. Let's be clear about that. Number one. So again, going back to the first 3 Ps, I want you to think about, are you, and you can tell me here, right? You can comment here, yes or no. Are you in a space where you are actually actively making on average at least $100 a day? You're making your 4 to 5 figures a month, right? At least 3 to 5K, right? On a monthly basis. This is a baseline just to start with. Again, I'm specifically talking to those entrepreneurs who are either just getting started, or they have a 9 to 5 and they are trying to build their business on the side. So they're trying to figure out where they should begin, right? In order for you to hit 6 and 7 and 8Ks, you got to start somewhere, right? And so that make $100 a day goal is where I like to start with my clients. And then I said to you, number 2, realistically, you can't just have this goal of how much money you want to make. You actually have to reach people, right? So when it comes to marketing, we're going to talk about marketing in a whole other minute, right? But when it comes to marketing and reaching people, when you look at your pages, hopefully you're looking at your analytics, you're looking at your stats. Are you actually on average reaching at least 100 people, right? Could be people that you're sending emails out to, people who are listening to you, people who are seeing you through some sort of video, or, you're reaching people because they're reading your freebie. They signed up for a program or a training or a lead magnet. Are you consistently reaching at least 100 people a day? Okay, that's P number 2. First, profit, people. Number 3 for me is pieces. By the way, I gotta say, I am as blind as a bat, okay? And welcome to those of you who are here. I can't necessarily see, so I'm going to put on my eyes real quick and just kind of check in with you guys. This is still my year. I want you to drop it in the comment box right here. This is still my year, okay? We're gonna continue our mid-year reset conversation. Let me see who's here. Feel free to share this out as well. Hey, Nicole. Welcome. Hi, Paula. Hi, good morning. Hey, Denise. Hi, Lamoria. Welcome. Yes, this is still my year. Good morning, Shanita. Hi, this is still my year. To be clear, this is still your year. There's so much more that you got to do, which is why I wanted to jump on here with you and have this mid-year conversation. Okay. So drop the P's, profit, and let me know, yes, are you in a space where either you are averaging at least $100 a day or you want to work towards that? That's P number 1. Number 2, are you in a space where you're reaching at least 100 people a day in some way, some form of marketing, some sort of either manual or automated funnel experience? Number 2. Number 3 for me is pieces. You have to have a practical, real way to reach people. You have to have a practical, real way to market and promote your business, right? And for a lot of people right now, it's advertising, throwing a lot of money at these ad giants, especially these social media platforms. And I get it. I'm an organic marketer. I've been an organic marketer for many, many years, which means that I don't necessarily do ads every now and again, very, very little, but I operate in a space of organic content marketing. And so for me, what I teach clients, what I do, what I'm sharing with you is that when it comes to focusing and resetting, what I want you to do is to focus on creating your next 100 pieces. Either your first, because maybe you're just starting out and you've never done this before, either your first or your next set of 100 pieces of content. We'll talk about what type of content in a second, but 100 pieces. What does that mean? You got to go home or go hard. Because some of y'all, you are not going as hard as you need to. Either you're not creating content at all, or you're creating very little content so you don't have a very strong digital footprint, or it's just getting lost in the sauce. Keep it real. Who's getting lost in the sauce? You create something, one thing, maybe two things, and you put it out there every now and again you share. But social media is a beast. There are people out there who are they're creating content 15 times a day. And that one thing or those two things, okay, it's getting lost in the sauce. How many people are lost in the sauce right now? And so, as you know, I've been doing this for 2 decades plus, over 20 years now. And I'm a mommy. I've got a 15-year-old sleeping upstairs because it's summertime. And he don't got nothing to do but play video games and sleep, right? Um, it's a space where I understand if you're busy. I understand if you've got a lot on your plate and it's hard for you to find the time to create and then put out your creations. I get that. I'm a mommy. I'm also a service professional. Any service professionals in the building? You know, when you have all of your time so locked up into what you need to do for others that it's hard for you to find time for yourself. Whether it be because you are parenting your parents, you are parenting your babies, you are trying to do things with your partner, your spouse, you have a job, you have 15 jobs, you have 15 businesses. I get it. But I need to ask you a question because we having a real talk today. We're doing a mid-year reset today. We checking your goals today. Seriously, how long are you going to continue to say that you are too busy to work on your business? I always say you can find a way or find an excuse, but you cannot do both. How long? I want somebody to write this down for me and drop it into the comment box. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Nothing changes if nothing changes. And so when I'm in a space where I'm like, oh God, I got so much going on. I don't have time to get cute for the camera. Girl, I don't got time to be doing videos, twerking, TikTok. I don't got time. I can't even twerk. What is this? That ain't even twerk. What is that? I don't got Megan Thee Stallion needs. I can't be doing all of that. No, right? And I get it, right? I don't do twerking videos, but that's not the point. The point is you have to do blogging. You have to do videos. You have to do audio. You have to do, you got to do something if you want to work on your revenue, your reach, and your routines. So for the last 2 decades, the last 20 plus years, 100 has been a strategy for me, right? Many, many moons ago, I did a personal challenge and I said, okay, LaShonda, I need to grow my YouTube channel. I have thousands of followers on YouTube today. I didn't have that back in the day, okay? What I did was I sat down for 3 days. This is when my baby was a baby. I sat down for 3 days. I was flipping off clothes. I was doing a ton of videos. I can't do it every day. I got you, okay? But you go hard or you go home. So it doesn't necessarily have to be like me where you're knocking out a bunch of stuff in a short period of time. In the last 2 days, I've done maybe 100, I think at this point, 116 videos yesterday. And my live stream I'm doing with you guys now is the first video I'm doing for today. 116 videos in 2 days. I'm not for play. I'm not for play. And I am about to finish 100 days of writing 100 articles. Not an article a day, because let's be clear, I don't have time to be writing an article every single day, okay? But my goal was to write 100 articles over the course of 100 days, 100 pieces of content. It doesn't have to be all the things, but baby, you got to find a few things that you focus on. You feel me? If you want to really reset, if you truly believe, one of my favorite quotes is, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. If you truly believe, you are ready to receive all that the Most High has for you. You got to put in the work. You got to do what you've been called to do, right? As they say, he helps those who help who? Themselves. And so when I am in a space where I'm ready to stop saying, oh, I can't do this, I'm too busy for that, I jump right back into the 100. It gives me something to focus on. Now, when I say 100 pieces, out of curiosity, for those of you who this is hitting home for, what kind of content have you been in your heart telling yourself you know you need to work on? So right now I'm on a live stream with you. That's something that I periodically do. The last time I was doing a Boss on the Beach series for about 4 days. I was on the beach a couple of weeks ago, did a live stream every single day as part of that series. I remember, not last year, because last year I took a hiatus. The year before that, every day for 1 year, I was doing a live. I found something to intentionally focus on. Can you give yourself an opportunity to do 100 pieces? You don't necessarily have to do it in 1 week or 1 weekend, but can you figure out a piece of content that you can work on, share, and talk about over a period of time? Could be finite, 2 to 3 days, could be 100 days, moving forward, 100 pieces. Now, let me just zoom in to see what you guys are saying to me. I see a heart. Tap, 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 tap on our hearts. Feel free to tag somebody who needs to hear this. Feel free to share this. Let me see here. You got to go hard or go home. Ouch. Hey, Denise. Too tired. I get it. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Absolutely. Writing blog posts, but I'm not posting any of it. Why? It's time. It's time. Why aren't you posting? It's time. It's time to put yourself out there. By the way, I'm going to share a few resources with you. And when I do, you can actually find them over at sistasense.com/reset, because this is our mid-year reset business growth goals checklist. So write it down. Sistasense, that's me, sistasense.com/reset. And feel free to pop that into the comment box. I see some folks on Facebook. I know I'm also on Twitter. I see YouTube in the building as well. sistasense.com/reset. I've got some reset mid-year resources that I'll share with you in a bit, but you'll also be able to find them on that page. Okay. So before I go into the next thing that I want to share with you, let's talk about these P's again. I said, focus on these 3 P's, please. Challenge yourself to work on and track and start to definitively see, are you bringing in your money? When it comes to your profit, are you averaging at least $100 a day, 3 to 5K? Where are you as far as your revenue goals? Number 1. Number 2, when it comes to you actually making revenue, you need people to go to your pages, see your products, buy your products so you can make a profit. Are you reaching on some level, in some way, via marketing, at least 100 people a day? You need to work on that? Okay, I got you. Number 3 for me, pieces, whether it be your first set or your next set of 100 pieces of content, right? Right now, I'm working on a lot of articles. I'm working on my video content. I'm working on my podcast. What kind of content pieces, 100 pieces of content can you focus on creating to work on your A's, your B's, and your C's? For me, I mean your authority, building your brand visibility, your C, your credibility, your D, your digital footprint, your E's, your expertise, your engagement, your email list. You got to work on your A's, your B's, your C's, your D's, your E's. And honey, if you don't have the money to pay for them ads and test them ads, if you can't spend the money, you have to spend the time. So I always like to remind, when it comes to time, content is key. Content is your best strategy if you can't do ads. 100 pieces. What are you going to focus on? Bim, bam, boom. That's number one. Number two, the 3 R's. I got my P's, my B's, my R's, all the things, right? That I want to be able to check in and have conversations with you about as part of this mid-year reset business growth goals conversation. Okay, so share this out. Tag a business bestie, somebody who needs to figure out what they're going to do over the next few months, moving into the end of the year. Because again, this is still your year. So your revenue, your reach, your routines. Very similar to profit, people, and pages. Your revenue, that's your profit. Your reach, that's your people. Your routines. What are those things that you plan to do routinely that are going to help you create your content, those pieces of content that are going to help you reach more people, that are going to help you bring in the profit? MMA. Somebody drop MMA into the comment box for me. MMAs. When I say MMAs, I mean money-making activities. You need to be able to be in a space where you have created routines that make you money, honey. Plain and simple. Make you at least $100 a day. Routines that help you reach at least 100 people a day. Okay? You've got better routines. You need better routines. So here's the thing. I think about her. And when I say her, it could be you or him that comes to me and says, LaShonda, I need to work on consistency. Anybody here needs to work on being more consistent when it comes to your business, when it comes to your growth goals? Anybody here needs to work on consistency? Just say me if you need to work on consistency. Let me tell you something. You tell me, LaShonda, because that's me. You tell me you need to work on consistency. But from what I can see, you're consistent. You see, you're consistent when it comes to what they tell you to do. You're consistent when it comes to the things that you keep telling yourself, these are the only responsibilities you can do. But when it comes to you, when it comes to your calling, when it comes to doing those things that matter most to you, why are you so inconsistent with you? A lot of people say that they're consistent, or rather they're struggling with consistency. And to be honest with you, the reality is most people are just consistently inconsistent when it comes to the things that matter to you. Because you're consistent with everything else. You wake up, you bathe, you eat, you do 15 things for them, you do 15 things for those people. You just don't consistently do the things that you need to do for you. Maybe you spend 10 years painstakingly coming up with products, but for some reason you can't spend 10 minutes to market them damn things. Maybe you spent $10,000 on 15 different programs, but for some reason you can't take 10 months to finish the program, finish the product, complete the process. This is a reset, which means it's a reality check. If you're going to tell me that you struggle with consistency, I'm going to tell you that you are consistently inconsistent with you. There are a lot of things that I need to do, but best believe the one thing that I do is to carve out time to focus on my 100. to focus on my 100. These right here, these are my eyes. I'm a diabetic. I have a little bit of neuropathy in both of these, so it's a little blurry, but I got a deal. You can find a way or find an excuse, but you cannot do both. I use my eyes as best as I can, take my insulin, do what I need to do. But I cannot use those excuses to stop me from doing what I need to do for me, for you, for my family too. You have to prioritize your priorities. It's just no way around that. So this is a gut check because again, you are consistently inconsistent when it comes to making sure that you're profiting, you're putting your products together, you're promoting your products, you're reaching people, you're creating pieces of content, you're testing until you find your best. At least one idea you can turn into income. At least one. If I'm lying, I'm dying. Because to me, that's what it boils down to. That is really what it boils down to. Your revenue, your reach, your routines. And so what I want to do is to create a space where when I tell you to work on 100, you have something specific to work on, to tether yourself to stick to, so that when the distractions are everywhere, you can say, not today. I got things to do. PYP, drop PYP into the comment box for me if you plan to prioritize your priorities. Not them, not his, not hers, not theirs. PYP, prioritize your priorities. So what are those priorities? Let's talk about that, okay? The next thing that I want to do with you today is I want us to identify where you need to work, where you need to put in the work. But before I do that, let me do this. Let me get my eyes. Lord have mercy. Let me get my eyes. Let me get my eyes. Yes, PYP. Hey, Megan. Nothing but truth. I'm telling you. I've done better, but I need more content. I feel you. I feel you. Okay, so let's do it. I'm going to give you quite a few areas to identify where you need help, where you need support, where you need direction. Okay? So I have my list, my handy dandy. Y'all know, what is it? Blues Clues, my handy dandy notebook. By the way, write this down. The reset resources that I will share with you today, you'll be able to find them on sistasense.com/reset. Okay, so if somebody could drop that into the comment box for me, I love you for free. Sistasense.com, SISTASENSE. That's me, sistasense.com/reset. So let's see. The first thing here is motivation. Motivation. You're just not motivated to do things. You're not motivated to move forward. Anybody struggle with motivation? So there are different things that I've created over the years. One of those things is the Good Morning Girl Boss series. It's a 30-day motivational guide. This being the first day of a new month of the second half of this year. I said, let's get clear. Let's start off with a little Good Morning Girl Boss motivation right here. Okay. So here, I want to share day one. Now, how I did Good Morning Girl Boss is there are 30 days. Every day there's a message. So it doesn't matter what month you're in. You just need to know the day and just take that date and listen to or read your message for that day. Okay, so this is the day one message that I'm about to share with you right here. Okay. Where are your eyes, boss? Are you looking at what she has acquired and accomplished? Or are your eyes on your paper, laser focused on your plans for the future? Today, I encourage you to look inwards and onwards. Focus less on what they have done and more on what you plan to do. Keep your eyes on your prize. Mind your business. Study you. A lot of us are not motivated because we spend way more time than we should looking over there. Right? Right? And what I want you to do is I want you to really and truly mind your business. Study you. Get better at becoming your best version of you. And so if you need the Good Morning Girl Boss series to be able to have somebody, me specifically, to check in with you every day and say, hey, friendly reminder, this is what you need to do, I'm here to share that with you. Do you need motivation? Now, outside of me just sharing Good Morning Girl Boss, I'm going to tell you something. For me, the secret to motivation actually is consistency. So if you're consistent with doing all these things that you naturally or routinely do, one of the things you have to learn to do is to create new routines for yourself. New routines. Because when people ask me about motivation, I can honestly tell you that I'm not always motivated, but I'm always consistent. Some of you have just known me for a few days or a few weeks or a month or two. Some of you've been ride or dying with me like an old G. 5 years, 10 years. Again, I've been doing this for over 20 years. I may not always be motivated, but I'm consistent. And that's what I want you to be able to do. Even when you go, oh, I don't feel like doing it today. Okay, I said that I was going to write these articles. Let me knock this out. Okay, I said I was going to do these videos. Let me knock this out. Get very laser focused about at least one piece of content that you're going to work on and keep working on it. Find your focus, right? Find your focus. And so the first thing that I wanted to ask out of curiosity is, when it comes to what you need to work on, what you need to do you need to work on resetting your motivation? Number one. Number two, organization. Who needs to work on getting organized? Some people, the problem is just you're just not organized enough, right? You just don't know where to start, where to begin, what to do next. And so I have what I call the Profit Productivity Progress Plan. Okay. And again, all the reset resources I'm talking about, you'll find on sizzlesense.com/reset. The Profit, Progress, and Productivity Plan. Okay. And for me, when it comes to being organized, it really is about being intentional. Okay. Which is why I gave you those 3 P's. If you want to work on your profit, your progress, and your productivity, how much profit? $100 a day. Okay, so what are you going to sell to make that profit? What are you going to put out to reach the people? What pieces of content are you going to create? Sometimes you're confused, not because you don't know what to do. You know what to do, but you won't do what you know you need to do to grow. Figure out how much profit. We did that. So start to organize your content and get into the routine of putting out the material, of testing your offers, right? So out of curiosity, those of you who are here, are you clear on your offers? Whether those be paid for sale offers or free offers? Because I'm talking to entrepreneurs right now. Do you have at least one paid and one free offer that you're like, okay, LaShonda, for the next 30, 60, 90 days, this is what I'm focused on. I'm building my business around these. These are my babies. This is my labor of love. This is what I'm putting out. Is it done? And when I say done, I don't mean like it's done, but it's on your computer. I mean, it's done. The product has a page. As a matter of fact, you can drop the page of your product into the comment box. So I said to you, I have a page for you to go to. All my reset resources that I'm going to talk to you about today are at sizzlesense.com/reset. Do you have your product? If you do, I want to see. Out of curiosity, drop into the chat box so I can see a product, whether it be a free product or a for sale purchasable product. And what's the website to that product? Let me see whether you're watching live or via the replay. That means you are ready for revenue. Because you tell me it's ready, but it ain't ready. You ain't ready. You're not ready for revenue. If it's ready, but I don't want to hear it's 99.9% ready. Baby, I need it to be ready, to be released so you can receive. You feel me? Right? Are you organized? So opportunities expire. If you're organized, number one, you have a clear agenda of what you need to do. I just gave that to you. If you're organized, you're in a space where you know what your focus is. You FYF, you find your focus. You have focus offers, free and or paid offers that you're focused on building your business around. You have trackable numbers. You can say, okay, I saw that I put these pieces of content out today. I reached 10 people here. I sent out an email. I reached 500 people via my email. I did a video. I saw that video got 300 views. You're doing things and you're tracking your numbers. You're getting organized and intentional about your objectives and your activities. Because trust me, I don't jump on the social media scene to be seen. I don't get cute for the camera. I'm not all the way live all the time. When I am here, I am intentional, I am strategic, and then I'm off to the next thing. You have to get organized. Now, something that I've created for those of you who want to work on your organization, one of the things outside of sharing some of these recommendations with you is this right here. This is my perfect password book that I've created at sistasense.shop. A lot of my journals and planners and notebooks and logbooks. This is a logbook. Some of you need to get organized when it comes to your passwords. Some of you need to get organized when it comes to your passwords. My phone is buzzing. Give me a second. That is important. So, as a web designer, as a content coach, I do a lot of calls one-on-one with clients. I get on the call. I'm like, okay, let's log into your website. They're like, okay, here's the password. I'm like, that don't work. Okay, we'll try this. That don't work. Okay, we'll try this. Half of the time you're not organized because a lot of the systems that you have, they're not working for you, right? So I've put together the password book right here. I can actually pop it on the screen so that you can see it's in alphabetical order, so that basically you have a place to map out, okay, these are the different either website logins or software logins or computer logins, that you have it somewhere in a safe place that make the process of you just knowing. It's like somebody asked me yesterday, what colors does it come in? Black, blue, purple, pink, white for right now. But this helps with organization. And again, this is at my shop, sistasense.shop. For those of you who are trying to work on resetting, creating better systems, and getting organized with your passwords, the perfect password book, that's something available for you. Sistasense.shop, number one, sistasense.com/reset, number two, two of those websites that I can share with you. Okay. Where do you need to get better? Do you need to get better with motivation? Do you need to get better with organization? Who needs to get better with monetization? So I said to you, if you have a product ready, drop it into the chat so I can see it, whether you're live or via the replay, right? If you need to get better with monetization, let's talk. So there are lots of different things that you can do to work on your revenue goals, okay? So I shared with you, as far as motivation, my Good Morning Girl Boss, right? I shared with you just a while ago, this is a book that I've put together, my perfect password book. Here's another one of my books. This is my Money Magnet Manifestation Journal. It's a planner. How many of you want to work on publishing your own books? Anybody here want to work on book publishing? Okay. One of the things that I've created over on SistaSense is the Print Your Profits bundle. The Print Your Profits bundle pretty much has all of my best templates in there. And all of this stuff is in Canva. Okay. So if you want my planner template, my journal template, if you want, for example, I released about 5 different planners. These are not the same. They're all different. The digital product planner, the run your business like a boss planner. So you can create your own series, right? You want to work on monetization, then let's also work on your content creation efforts, right? The Print Your Profits bundle also includes a newsletter template for those of you who want to work on newsletters, a magazine template. Here's my client, Lavon. Here's the magazine that she put together. Absolutely awesome. Let me pop on an article here. What is self-care? Lavon is in a space where she talks about a lot about self-care. I don't know how many of you out there talk about self-care or wellness. She's got her 7 daily practices here. Here's Lavon. I carry within me something so powerful. I know that I have been created for this moment, right here and right now. I give myself permission to be unstoppable. Lavon Weaver. How many of you need to work on self-publishing, printing your profits, creating your products that you can sell? Here's one of my clients, Andrella Walker. She published not 1, but 2 of her magazine issues so far this year. And to be clear, this is still your year. You can start, right? You can restart. You can do whatever you want to do. For those of you who want to create your own magazine, for my birthday, I relaunched mine, Sister Sense in print, right? This is one of the last issues I did before the reset. Here's another one. My client, Dr. Kira. I work with so many doctors, lawyers, social workers, professionals. How many of you have been in your industry for years and you have all this information inside of you, number one. And number two, you have all of these connections, people who you could share their information in your own branded publication. So when it comes to monetization, creating your own publication is definitely something that you can do. And like I said, if you are in a space where you are looking to work on your monetization efforts, the Print Your Profits bundle has, I don't know, it's got to be somewhere between 10 plus different templates. Like I said, there's the magazine template, there's the newsletter template, the journal template, the notebook template. I don't think I took any of the notebooks, but the password book is a good example of the size of the notebooks. The notebooks are this size that you can create. So let me know. Feel free to drop into the comment box for me to let me know if you are, when it comes to your revenue and your monetization goals, when it comes to creating your own book, what kind of projects do you want to work on? I just actually helped one of my clients publish her journal that she's been sitting on for a minute. So we published that bad boy. She's actually got a speaking engagement coming up in a couple of days. So she is, fingers crossed, going to get those publications, get her planners before her next live event. But some of you want to speak and have events and have products that you have at your events. Let me know. Drop my magazine into the comment box if you want to make a magazine or a planner or journal or notebooks. You want to have your own, just books, period. Your own regular books or ebooks. What kind of book projects do you want to work on? Now, I'm going to let you know something. Number one, the Print Your Profits bundle is available right now at the lowest rate it is ever going to be. Because the reality is, it's not only do you get the templates, but you get the trainings to every single template. So I give you my FAST, F-A-S-T method. And the first letter, and that is F, which is formulas, right? So I give you my formulas to help you create your assets. I give you my systems and I give you my templates. So when you get the Print Your Profits bundle, not only are you going to get the templates to create your own book projects, right? Your own planner projects, so you can move forward and monetize this year. You're also going to get the trainings. This is $1,000 plus of content because each of my trainings range from $300 to $600. Some of them are 1-day training. Some of them are 3-day training. Some of them are programs. One of the programs I did a book a week for 6 weeks, and I showed you how to publish different kinds of books. There's so much in there. that you basically have me as your personal content coach and business bestie in the Print Your Profits bundle. Who needs to work on monetization? If that's you, definitely go to the Print Your Profits bundle and get that before it goes up. Because once it goes up, then eventually it's going to go away back into my vault until I bring it back. Reset, bring it back. So, by the way, just to friendly remind, all the resources that I share with you today, you can find over at sizzlesense.com/reset. The book templates, the Print Your Profits bundle, that's there as well, sizzlesense.com/reset. And the bundle is also available at sizzlesense.com/PYPB, which stands for Print Your Profits Bundle. And by the way, if you are dropping some comments on me, I can see, but I can't see because I'm as blind as a bat. Let me get my eyes real quick. If I don't get an opportunity to respond and check in with your comments here, I'll definitely do so after the live and just kind of go back. So especially if you're not catching me live and you're on the replay side, comment. And as those comments pop up on my second appendage, I will see your comments and I will comment back. Really need the reset. I feel you, Paula. Hey, Nicole Joyce. Okay, so Nicole says, after taking one of your workshops, I have created a journal that is now on my website as well as Amazon KDP. Oh my God, I want to see Nicole send that link to me so that I can order the journal and be able to be like, yay. I'd love to see what you created. Thanks for sharing that with me. Denise says, I want to work on creating a project handbook. Awesome. Yeah, using the templates, you can certainly work on different types of workbooks, handbooks, planners, journals. The templates are in Canva. They're easy to edit and customize. So monetize. Is that the goal? Is that what you want to do? One of the resources that I have for you is the Print Your Profits bundle, number one. And another resource that I have for you is right here, the Digital Product Planner. The Digital Product Planner over at sizzlesense.shop. So inside of the Digital Product Planner, it's organized in alphabetical order of different projects that you can work on, okay? So there are different projects, and I start with the A's. So for number one, for me, when it comes to A's, you have things like audio content. A lot of times I like to quickly create my information in the form of audio so I can put together the recordings, package it, and sell it. Number one. When it comes to A's, affiliate content as well. And if you don't know this right here, let me actually pop on the screen an example page. So this page right here is on audios. Let me see how well I can zoom in or angle it. I'm so bad when it comes to angling these pages. So every page basically breaks down a digital product, and I give you at least 10 different ways to consider creating that kind of digital product. And then I also tell you the kind of tools that I use to create that kind of digital product. And then the whole planner has a series of audios as well as video training that goes with it. So when you get your planner, you get information about how to access the complimentary audio and video training that goes with it. So if you are in a space where you're looking to work on monetization, this is definitely helpful. When it comes to some of the A's, the B's, and the C's, audios, affiliate marketing, books. I talk about different types of books you can create. Bundles are my favorite. Creating different types of bundles. When it comes to C's, everyone here should have C calls, have an opportunity for people to call you, get on the phone and talk to you. You get paid for your expertise, paid for your your brain, right? You can, by the way, if you want to talk to me, if you want to schedule a call with me, you can always go over to sizzlesense.com/call me and schedule a call with yours truly. Everyone here, out of curiosity, if you are somebody who's an information entrepreneur, do you have a page where people can go pay and schedule to talk to you on the phone? If monetization is your focus, and quickly getting into a space where you're monetizing as this second half of the year, you should be in a space where you start off with the A's and the B's and the C's, because those are the easiest ones to build from and then go from there. So audio content, like I said, map out your material, record it, sell it. Calls, everybody here can put together a page where you're like, these are the times I'm available. This is how much it costs to talk to me for 30, 60 minutes, 90 minutes. Pay me, let's talk, right? Outside of calls, you have classes. People can pay you to do classes. Right now, I'm doing an 8-week program. I put yourself out there, 8-week marketing program. If you're missing it, baby, you are missing out. If you want to work on marketing and if you want to work on intentionally creating content over the next 8 weeks, I definitely recommend going to sizzlesense.com/PYOT. PYOT stands for Put Yourself Out There. It's an 8-week marketing plan, number one. And number two, in addition to the 8-week marketing plan, inside there, I'm going to do a 3-day weekend workshop. That's coming up as part of the 8 weeks. And I'm doing a 3-day North Carolina workshop. So I mentioned to you, when it comes to content creation, I'm always laser focused. And one of the goals was you work on your 100, right? One of your 100 goals, I said, I want you to work on at least 100 pieces of content. In 2 days, I created 116 videos in the last 2 days. And in 3 days, those awesome entrepreneurs that work with me as part of my North Carolina weekend workshop, you can still register for that, by the way. All of those things for the Put Yourself Out There experience, the plan, the Put Yourself Out There, the marketing plan, the 8-week program, the 3-day weekend workshop here in North Carolina. All the information for that is over at sizzlesense.com/PYOT. If you can drop that into the comment box for me, as always, I love you for free. sizzlesense.com/PYOT. For the 3 days, we are going to create 100 pieces of content in the 3 days. Because some of you know what you need to do, but you need guided tech support, number one, and you need a quiet space, number two. So we'll come together for 3 days. And my workshops are always intimate, very, very small. Never more than 5 to 7 entrepreneurs, so we can sit down. I can work with you as a group and then one-on-one too. And the goal is for us to rev up your efforts and create 100 pieces of content as part of that experience. So when it comes to, again, digital products, when it comes to monetization, I have the Print Your Profits template bundle for you and the digital product planner number 2. Whether or not you decide to take advantage of any of those resources, as I mentioned before, a few digital products that you should be starting with, those A's and those B's, those C's, you can just run with that strategy. Because, when it comes to making money from digital products, a lot of people talk about courses. Courses. That's what all the guru, make a course. And I get that. But a lot of times when gurus tell you about courses, they also tell you about really expensive platforms and tools to use to start those courses. And then a lot of people who come to me and then they're frustrated and they're struggling, it's because they've spent way too much on course programs to learn how to make a course. And then they've spent way too much time trying to create a course. And then when they finally do, if they ever do put out the course, they don't know how to market the course. They get 2 people in the course and it just becomes a whole flop. So before you do those things, to me, there are other things that you can start with. Again, I start with the A's, the B's, and the C's. I do also have D's and E's and F's and other things that you can do as part of the digital product planner. But to me, there are levels to this. There's our steps and processes to this, and I map it out in the digital product planner. There's also the money map, which, let me see if I can find that for you real quick. The money map section. So there's a section on top tools, tools that I use and recommend. There is a section on the money map, so you can crunch the numbers, my 10-10 win strategy, because you have to get clear about your profit, right? About how much money you want to make, what you're going to sell to make that money. So I'm going to stop on the money map for a second so that I could share this with you. Even if you don't get this, I want to share some of this with you. There's a section on income goals, and one of my favorite sections right here, pricing and profit. Some things that I recommend you do to work on your pricing and your profit goals. Let's talk about this one here, the make $100 in a day, right? Because that was one of the 100 goals I gave you today, right? Make $100 a day. How do you do that? Well, think about the things you want to sell and realistically how many of those things you want to sell to hit your goals. So one thing here, I have this price, and let me see if I can get it on the screen if you want to screenshot it or whatever. Again, I really need to practice doing this in particular because whenever I try to do it on the screen, I just do it very horribly. Is that it? I think. Can I zoom in? There we go. If you want to see that page or this page. Okay. Hey, turquoise blue. Awesome to see you. I zoomed in. I was like, who? What? What's that? What's going on? I want to come. I'll contact you. Okay, awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, okay, let's talk about the make $100 a day. Okay. If you have one product that is $100, you just need one sale a day. One stinking sale a day, and you've made your $100. So if you want to make $100 a day, I suggest that everybody here have at least one product. That's how much? How much? $100. Easy breezy lemon squeezy. So just curious, how many of you have $100 products that you're selling? If you don't have one, you better make one if you want to average $100 a day with just one product. Okay. That obviously you're not just making, but you're proactively promoting. I think that needs to be said as well. You can't just have it on a shelf somewhere collecting dust. You need that thing to give you some digital dollars, right? One of my clients said to me, girl, you know, I need to talk to you because my stuff is sitting out here collecting digital dust and I needed to make me some dollars. I said, ooh, girl, you know I'm going to steal that, right? No, actually, because she knows me, she said, LaShonda, if you use it, you better tell them where you got it from. And I said, Nicole, every time I say digital dollars, I'm going to say, this was my client, Nicole. I have so much fun with y'all. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. So if you want to work on your stuff not sitting on that digital shelf collecting dust and actually making you dollars, you should have at least one product that's $100. Let me know if you have one. If you do, what is it? Feel free to drop the link into the comment box so that me or other people here can see. Okay, here another one here is a $25 offer. This is a good one, $25 low price point, but all you need is 4 sales a day. Okay, 4 sales a day for you to generate $100 a day. Okay, and that could be different things. Some of you maybe have a book for $25. Maybe you have a class that you've put together, and your class is $100, and your workbook is $25. Right? 4 times 25, 100. 1 times 100, 100. Crunch the numbers. Crunch the numbers. My little swing is squeaking. It is squeaking. Okay. So if you need to work on your monetization efforts, as I mentioned before, I have a few things for you. The digital product planner, number 1. The Print Your Profit template bundle, number 2. And I even dropped some A's and B's and C's on you just so that you could just take that and run with it when it comes to working on your monetization efforts. So I gave you a list. I'm going to keep going because that's why I'm here today. Okay. When it comes to your monetization effort, okay, so funny enough, I just saw one of my clients just signed up to a call with me. I think it's a call. Let me see what she paid for. What she paid for is $100. I cannot make this up. It says 14 minutes ago. So I won't. How do I do this without showing the person's name? I can hit it on the screen. I don't know if you can see it. Can I zoom in a little bit? I got all these random things on the screen. Right there, I think it was like 15 or 14 minutes ago, received $100. If you have several products that are, I don't know what you bought. If you have several products that are $100, you can consistently generate revenue. Okay. And you should be able to get to the point where you're generating multiple sales a day, right? So maybe you got $25 here, you got 95 here, you got 100 there, you got 300 there, and you're getting different revenues coming into your business. And that's kind of one of the reasons why, number one, I've been able to do this for 20 years. And number two, I could just sit on this porch and sit on this swing and do what I do. Because it isn't about, for me, it isn't about overspending on ads. And it's not about getting lost in all the crazy trends. It's about understanding that if you're clear about your products, your profit, and how you're going to reach the right people. I always say you don't got to reach everybody, not everybody, but the right bodies. You can consistently make money, right? How much money? It depends, but you can consistently make money. This is why I don't need my phone beside me, because it keeps beeping. I'm like, what? What's going on? So I'm going to say this side note, and then I'm going to get back to focus because I don't want to get too distracted. But when it comes to motivation, I'm going to share this because I saw it on my Instagram today. So I'm on TikTok. If you're on TikTok, you can find me at Sister Sense, right? On Instagram as well. And one of the young ladies that I follow, she mentioned a TikTok that I saw on TikTok maybe last week. So it was just a random TikTok, and this girl was like, she was at an event and she organized a meetup and no one was there, right? So now this other person, she said, she clipped her video and she said, you know, not to call out this particular TikTok influencer, but here's the thing. There are a lot of people who have these huge followings of thousands of people, but they don't have actual customers. Because even though she had this huge following, nobody actually came out and hung out with her at this workshop. And so she said, there's a difference, which I agree with, between having a following and having a community. There's a difference. As a spiritual entrepreneur, I also believe that where 2 or 3 are gathered in his name, amen, we all good. So I create a lot of things where, as an organic marketer, I'm in a space where I'm working with one person or maybe 3 or 5 people, and I'm generating revenue. And so one of the things that she says, again, I agree. She's like, there are people with thousands, if not millions of followers, and they make no money. And there are people who have less than 100,000 followers, and they're making 6 and 7 figures every single month. Which is why I'm not here to tell you to get fixated or caught up on the social media numbers and the hype. I'm here to tell you to get intentional about your revenue goals, your reach goals, and your routines so that you can start to actually live in your purpose, make a profit, reach the right people, and do the things that you've been called to do. That's all I'm here to tell you. It's up to you to hit your goal, your definition of success, whether that be 4 figures or 5 figures or 6 figures, whatever. That's not for me to say, girl, let me tell you how to be a 7-figure. I'm not here to do that. What I've learned how to do is to make real revenue, to do so consistently, where by the grace of God, I can sit on this porch and pay for my mortgage and do what I need to do for my family and for you too. That's all I want to be able to help you do. Side note. Something that I just wanted to say. Okay. So I said to you, what do you need to reset? Some folks need to reset motivation, organization, monetization. Some folks need to reset their content creation. So who needs to reset content creation? I'm going to give you, okay, 3 or 5, because I talk a lot and it's not hot, which thank God it's not hot. I can sit here and talk to you guys. Do you want me to give you 3 or 5 content creation hacks? Drop a number into the chat. Some of y'all are going to be like, well, I need to know the next thing. So just do 3, because girl, you could talk too much. 3 or 5 content creation hacks. And I will drop a few of those on you. Okay. So that's the next thing that we need to do. So I've just basically mapped out a few things that people need to reset so they can move forward, right? Some of those things are organization, motivation, monetization, implementation, content creation, preparation. I have a few of them. But we'll go through as many of them as I can, number 1. And number 2, as I drop my resources on you, you can find those resources at sistasense.com/reset. Oh, one thing before I forget, this is actually a holiday weekend, and I am doing a flash sale this weekend. And I'm going to do my flash sale in a way that I've never done before. So I'm actually testing this thing out. Okay. So I have a link. It's called sistasense.com/flash sale. Okay. sistasense.com/flash sale. What I'm doing is every couple of hours, I'm going to change that link to another offer. So you don't know what the offer is going to be. And I'm going to do that for the whole holiday weekend because we're here today. But tomorrow we're going to go to the grandparents because that's what we do for this holiday. We took the grandparents to Myrtle Beach, which is so great. My hubby's stepdad, he said to me, I haven't been to the beach since 92, which was crazy. So it was so awesome to see him on the beach, see him swimming, doing all the things. So yeah, we took them to Myrtle Beach, and now we're going to go by them for this weekend, this holiday weekend. So throughout the weekend, I'm going to switch up the flash sale. What you see there now is not what you're going to see there in a couple of hours, and I'll keep switching it up until Monday. So just kind of keep that in mind. sistasense.com/flash sale. Okay. So, okay, let me see. What numbers did y'all drop on me? 3 or 5? Of course. I don't see not a 3 in the building. Not a 3 in the building. Hey, Mentor Shelly. Awesome to see you here, my dear. You've got consultations. Awesome. So I love it. So Mentor Shelly says she has consultations that are $100, right? We want to get to a space where you get more people paying you for consultations, right? So I'm going to talk about your consultations and content creation. It's awesome to have you here, Mentor Shelly. Let's dig into 5 content creation hacks and what you can do to move forward. Okay. So 1. First thing is, I said to you in the last 2 days, 1, 2, I've done 116 videos. Knock them bad boys out, okay? And then I will be releasing those videos as I see fit, right? One of the videos I released yesterday so far within 24 hours has, I think when I last looked at it, had 1.2K views, which was pretty cool for me for 24 hours. Like I said, I'm an organic marketer, so I'm in a space where I am kind of compounded, creating all of these little pieces and getting views here and here and here, and that compounds into me not only growing a following, but from that following, really building a community, people who convert, who become customers, who tell their friends about me, and it becomes basically my community of customers, right? Which is what I want you to be able to do too. So I say that to say to you, content hack number 1 for me around video was creating these 100 videos, but I'm going to tell you one particular type of video that I created that can work for you too. Okay. I'm going to do consultations because Mentor Shelly is here. And I'm going to do service-based, but also products as well. Okay. So I want you to think about the kind of consultations you do with clients. And I want you to think about at least 3 to 5 either questions that you asked somebody in a consultation and you answered that question, or conversations that are, maybe you don't want to talk about a specific person that you worked with, but it's a common scenario that you are presented with in your consultations. Okay. Real easy reels, by the way, you can do quick 60-second videos, right? You can hit record, 60 seconds, share. Here's something that I get all the time. Here's something that I can share with you. And by the way, if you want to talk to me, go here, bam, bam, boom, off to the races. I do that in videos all the time, all the time. So, perfect example. Let me think about who I was talking to this past week. This morning, not this morning, Wednesday. On Wednesday, who did I work with? Tiffany, what did we do? Think back. We did a mastermind webinar. We worked on, okay, so now I know what we did. So Tiffany used one of my templates, made a journal, and she said to me, okay, so I want to do a free version of the journal and I need to create a landing page. Okay. So we did what I call a tiny task text session. Tiny task. Tiny task is basically something that you need to do on technology. But sometimes for you, it's a torturous task because you don't necessarily know all the things that you need to do, right? So when my clients come on calls with me, especially 60 to 90-minute sessions, we work on these tiny tasks. So she already used the template and made her full-blown planner. It's 82 pages. Together, we spent, I want to say, we did 90 minutes because we did 30 minutes. And then she had to work with one of her clients. So then we came back again and did a 60-minute session. So together we did 90 minutes that day. I helped her, number one, pull out a piece of her 82 journal that she's selling to offer as a lead magnet. So we pulled out a piece. I helped her make it into a PDF in Canva, number one. And then in ConvertKit, we made a landing page for the freebie, number two. And then number three, we made sure that there was a link from the free offer to the paid offer. Okay. And that's what we did as a tiny task. So I have an opportunity, as I'm giving you the content hack, right? This is the content hack. Think about examples, if you're a coach or a consultant, what you're doing with your people and turn that into content, video content. Number one, first content hack, make a quick video, 60 seconds. So that's what I did with my client, Tiffany, this past Wednesday. If you want to work with me, feel free to go over to success.com/call me so you can schedule calls with me, number one. Number two, I actually have recently launched the Tiny Task Bundle. So let me tell you what the Tiny Task Bundle is. You go, LaShonda, girl, I've been trying to create these lead magnets. I've been trying to update my website. I want to start editing videos. I have Canva, but my stuff don't look like your stuff. Okay, let's get on a couple of calls. You get 4 hours. 4 hours, you get, I think it's $500 off of Tiny Tasks. And then we get on sessions. I see your computer, you see my computer, and we work on these projects together. Okay, the Tiny Task sessions, the bundle, 4 hours, is at citizensense.com/TTS. Citizensense.com/TTS. So some of my clients, for example, they'll get my template, they'll make their journal, and then they say, okay, LaShonda, can we go in Canva? Can you look at my journal? Can you help me clean it up? Can you help me publish it? I saw Turquoise Blue on here. We did a call maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. And she said, okay, I want to sell my stuff and, I want to get it self-published. We went in Lulu, we went in Shopify. We worked on, what she needs to do to set up her Shopify account. Liana, one of my other clients, we were in Lulu. Was it this week or last week? I think we were in Lulu last week, and Liana and I have been working together like once a week. This week, we were doing some updates on her WordPress website. Last week, we were on lulu.com uploading her journal so she could get it printed and published. These are tiny tasks. So if you find yourself in a space where you're like, man, I want to work on my implementation. I want to work on my content creation, but this stuff is just painful for me. I'm not very techie. LaShonda, when you do it, it takes you 5 minutes. When I do it, it takes me 5 hours and it's still not finished yet. There you go. So that's content creation hack, because I almost guarantee that somebody or several bodies is either going to go to success.com/call me and schedule a call, or they're going to go to success.com/TTS, yes, and get their Tiny Task Sessions bundle. Because to be clear, right here, it is currently at a reduced rate because I've launched it, this new Tiny Task bundle, so you can get 4 hours and schedule them whenever you need. Just basically have me on retainer, and I can use my web and graphic and techie skills to help you with your projects. And by the way, if you go, okay, I have some projects in mind, but I don't know if those are projects that you could do with me realistically in those 60-minute intervals. When you get there, email me. Say, hey, LaShonda, these are the tools that I use. Do you use these tools? These are the projects that I want to do. Can I do those tool projects with you as part of Tiny Tasks? If so, please let me know so I can order it, because at the reduced rate, there's only but so many of those I can do, number one. And the number two, that reduced rate is going to go up and go away. Okay. So when it comes to content creation hacks, you want to be in a space where if you are working with people, you use your buzz to create more buzz. Content hack number one, video specifically where you're sharing very specific examples of what you do with your clients, and where if somebody has that same kind of issue, challenge, concern, where they can go to work with you too. Okay. Does that help? Is that helpful to anyone here? Curious. That's one. I said I was going to do 5 of these. Good Lord. Baby girl, you can't be on here for 10 hours because there's other things you need to do today. I'm going to do the other ones faster. Hey, finally got me on live. Awesome. Okay, so content hack number 1. Okay, so out of that content hack number 1, I can give you content hack number 2. Okay. Content hack number 2, one thing that you can do is give people a piece. So I mentioned to you that one of my clients, when we were on her call, we did her Tiny Task implementation session. We took her journal that she wants to sell, and we took a piece of that journal and turned it into a freebie, right? And then with the freebie, we were able to say, hey, here are your free pages. If you want the full thing, click here and go get it. Content hack number 2. When it comes to something you're trying to sell, give them a piece of it, right? So there are different ways that you can do pieces. In her case, she said, LaShonda, well, I've broken my journal up into different steps. I think I want to give them the first step. So that's what we did. We gave them the first section of her journal and then made sure that there was space in the beginning of the journal and at the end of the journal to say, okay, now that you have this thing, if you enjoy it, go get the other thing here. Okay. Content hack number 2. Are you not just creating freebies? Because a lot of people are creating free offers that are not connected to anything. It's one of my pet peeves. When entrepreneurs just create freebies and put it up there because they just want to grow their list, but they're like, nothing's happening. Well, is the free offer connected to an upsell? No. I don't really have anything that I'm selling. I just want them to get this free thing. Well, nothing is going to happen if it's not connected to a paid offer. Oh my God. Content hack number 2. Does that help anyone here? Either knowing that's something that you need to do for those, especially those of you who have books or products where you want people to buy the product. Can you pull out a piece and give them the free one and then connect that free one to the paid one? Either you didn't think of doing that, number 1, or you need to do that, you just haven't done it yet. Number 2, and it's up to you whether you want to do it yourself, or by the way, you can always schedule a Tiny Task implementation session with me and we can do it together. Okay, that's hack number 2 for you. Content hack number 3. Okay, what are some things that you can do to work on your content creation efforts? Number 3. Okay, this is going to be a catch-all. And when I say that, I mean it's not for one type of content. You can literally do this for many types of content. Okay, content hack number 3 is my 10-10 win strategy. So Here's the secret sauce. Okay, are you ready for this? Lean in. How was I able to do 116 videos in 2 damn days? Well, a couple of things, but the first thing was 10-10-Win. Sat down, I came up with 10 topics, and for each topic, I then came up with 10 subtopics. Okay, each topic I came up with 10 subtopics, hit record, and I was ready to go. For some people, part of the frustration is they don't know what to say, and it takes them forever to figure out what they want to say. Okay, now, in line with that content hack, a lot of times what makes it easier for me is that because I'm a self-published author, some of those 10 are things like my books, right? So, for example, my digital product planner, I can say, okay, well, one of the 10, I'm going to do videos from the digital product planner. I'm going to pull 10 pieces out of this. That's 10 videos, hit record. All right, hit record. All right, hit record. Okay? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now, in addition to, for me, when it comes to 10-10-Wins, creating videos where I was getting in front of the camera and then pulling content from my books, because some of y'all have books, you can pull content from your books, right? Oh. By the way, if you want the digital product planner or other planners that I've created, you can find them at sistersense.shop. Okay, somebody drop that into the comment box for me, because some of y'all just need these. Okay, there are different types of videos that you can do, right? So videos where you're hitting record and you're looking at the screen and they can see kind of like your torso, this, they call these talking head videos, right? You hit record, you do 60 to 90-second talking head videos, okay? But that's one type of video. That's one type of video that you can do, right? Another part of my 10-10-Win content hack is not only mapping out my 10 by 10 topics, but also mapping out the different types of videos that I want to do. Okay, so here's a very simple video that pretty much everyone here can do. Who has a book? Can you let me know if you have a book and is it printed? If it's an ebook and it's not printed, baby, go print it. If you can get a publisher to print it, or if you could just go to Staples and print it, baby, go print it. I'll tell you why, because this is the easiest damn video that everybody here can do, especially those of you who are social introverts like myself and you say you don't want to get in front of the camera. Take your book, put the camera on top of the book, and do this. I kid you not. How many of you have seen videos like this? And you've probably seen 1,000 videos like this and you don't have one. Hey, Anissa. I don't know what you're saying, baby, but thank you for being here. And when I put my eyes on, I will check in. How many of you have videos just like this? Not long, 20, 30 seconds, micro videos. Who has a book? If you have a book, please tell me the name. Put the name in the comment box. And if there's a link to the book, let me know. If you want to get one of my books, one of my planners, one of my journals, or all of them, order them now. Get them shipped to you this weekend. Go to sistersense.shop. Okay, because we're doing content hacks today. And the first content hack I gave you was for my coaches and my consultants. You want to promote your calls, do videos where you basically are giving people information that you gave to people on your actual consultation sessions, and then letting them know if they have similar issues where they can go to work with you, right? That was one hack that I gave you. The last hack that I gave you, number 3, was 10-10-Win. Another hack that I gave you was to, what was number 2? I don't know. I'm giving you so many hacks, I don't even know. Was it batching? Batching out content? I think that was number 2. I don't know. You tell me. Somebody drop you've been taking notes. If you've been taking notes of what I've given you so far as the content hacks are concerned, can you drop 1, 2, 3 into the comment box for me? But like I said, easy breezy lemon squeezy. Outside of doing 10-10-Win, another content hack is what types of videos you're doing. Just this right here. One of my videos that got 1.2 thousand views so far, that I posted yesterday, was a video of me talking about passwords and saying, hey, here's my password planner. Want to get it? Go to sistersense.shop. And I didn't just say that. I was like, do you have a love-hate relationship with passwords? Do you find it frustrating when you are trying to log in to your computer or your whatever website? If you struggle, I got you. I got your mama too. Go and get your password book, sistersense.shop. It's on my YouTube channel, so you can check it out if you want to. But point being, either you do a talking head where you're answering, or you're talking about answers you've given your clients and saying, hey, if you want to work with me, here you can go here. Or you're doing a talking head where you're just basically using that opportunity to talk about your book. Or again, if you don't want to be in front of the camera, put your camera like this and record you going through the book like this. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Another content hack that I gave you was 10-10-Win, coming up with 10 topics or 10 types of videos that you can knock out and create. As I mentioned to you, that is a big part of what I'm doing for my Put Yourself Out There program. Anybody in the program, Put Yourself Out There, the marketing program I'm doing right now? I've been giving you a few resources. All the resources that I'm talking about today in this Reset Live, if you were to go over to sistersense.com/reset, you can find those resources, okay? One of the resources is the Put Yourself Out There 8-week program. It just started, like literally it just started, okay? So for 8 weeks, we are working on marketing projects every week. One of the marketing projects we're doing every week is what I call Real Easy Reels. So these are 60, 15-second, 10-second, 60-second videos that you can use to reach more people. How many of you are speakers, you're authors, you want to be in front of people? You want 100 people hearing you talk. You want 1,000 people hearing you talk, looking at you, growing your following. You should be creating these micro videos. So like I said, I knocked out 116 videos in the last 2 days. The things that I do to create videos, I'm sharing with you as part of the Put Yourself Out There 8-week program, number one. And number two, if you decide to, for 3 days, come here to North Carolina and work with me in the Put Yourself Out There 3-day weekend workshop, which is also coming up. It hasn't happened yet. You can still register. For 3 days, you, me, and a small group of business besties, we're going to work on your content. I'm going to help you put together 100 pieces of content. So we're going to work on your content creation and marketing efforts for 8 weeks, but you also have the opportunity to not only register for the 8-week program, but for the 3-day weekend workshop to create 100 pieces of content. Okay, so content creation, implementation are things that you want to do. Literally right now, I'm sharing content hacks with you for free. For free. You don't have to get on a call with me. You don't got to pay for Nathan. I'm giving you content hacks right here. But if you want to dig deeper and you want to get better at your routines and your consistency, right? Those are those resources for you. sistersense.com/reset, number one. And then sistersense.com/PYOT, number two. PYOT stands for Put Yourself Out There program. Because some of y'all need to put yourself out there more, right? So you can work on your content creation efforts. Okay, let me put on my eyes because I see y'all talking to me and I feel so bad. But sometimes I feel like I already suck when it comes to going off on tangents. And then when I look at the comments, then I'll go on like 15 more tangents. So I try not to. But let me see what y'all are saying to me. Okay, that did not help. Really and truly, I need to have one of those things that the eye doctor gives. You know, those things that you can wipe your glasses. Because me trying to wipe it on this shirt right now is just not working. Plus, my neuropathy is, I've got nerve damage, so my eyes are blurry, to say the least. But that's the life of this diabetic. Okay, my eyes are on. Thank you, sistersense.shop. Yes. Anissa tuning in from Massachusetts. Nicole, we should go. Awesome. We should go where? To the workshop? If you want to go to the workshop, come. I'd love to see you. I had the pleasure of hanging out with Anissa. I feel like it was yesterday, but I know it was like at least a year or two ago, 2 years ago. All the things that have happened over the years in New York. So come. Um, okay, so let me give you one more content hack today. Okay, um, I don't know which ones I gave y'all because I'm at a brain freeze here. Okay, so I'm gonna give y'all lean in, listen up. I am going to give you one of my favorite content creation hacks, right? You know the phrase, you can whatever, two birds with one stone, right? I'll show you how to do that. So, one of my favorite content hacks is to work on creating text based content because you want to create a stronger digital footprint. For that reason, I challenged myself for the last 100 days to work on 100 articles. So, when you go to my Sizzle Sense website, if you go to the blog section, all of those articles are new articles on monetization, marketing, and sales. These are my core areas of expertise. So, the first thing that I want you to do is, out of curiosity, share with me at least 2 or 3 areas of expertise. What are your core areas of expertise? I want you to name them, claim them, so you can reset and recommit to your focus. Okay. So, drop those into the comment box for me. When I decided to do 100 articles in 100 days, I had to get clear about what exactly I was going to write about. So, I decided I was going to write about content creation, I was going to write about monetization. I was going to do a lot of articles on marketing, right? Put yourself out there, online marketing. These are some of the core areas that I've been talking about in my blog. Let me know some of your core areas of focus. That's number one. Number two, when it comes to this content hack, I talked to you about 10-10 win. And when I talked to you about 10-10 win, I said I made 116 videos. 10-10 win applies to everything I do, right? So you can sit down and map out 100 pieces of articles that you want to write, right? 100 articles that you want to write and put out. Now, when I write my articles, the content hack, I haven't given it to you yet. It's coming. When I write my articles, I have to read them, obviously, to make sure that I don't have any spelling errors or grammar errors, whatever. When I'm reading my articles, not all the time, but a lot of the articles that I wrote in the last 100 days, as I was reading them to edit them, I was recording myself. You know why? Those became podcast episodes. So if you go to my website and you're in my blog and you click on the link that says podcast, a lot of the audio episodes in the last couple of weeks, I've just been reading out my articles. Content hack, make the most of your time. So simultaneously, I'm doing 10-10 win, really just kind of mapping out the things I want to write about, number one. Number two, as I'm creating that content and I'm reading the content, I'm also recording the audio so that I can use it for podcasting. Now, here's the deal. As part of my Put Yourself Out There 8-week program, we're going to be working on all of these things. Your blog content, your audio content, your video content, creating graphics, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, WordPress, Pinterest, LinkedIn. You need to put yourself out there if you want to make at least $100 a day, reach at least 100 people a day, create at least 100 pieces of content in some way that's going to help you move forward in your business. Now, I can tell you to do it and trust and believe you could just walk away from here and do what I told you to do. But if you need the support, if you need the accountability, that's why I created the Put Yourself Out There experience for you. So we could do it together. We can do it in the group. Because sometimes it's hard to commit to just yourself. Because remember, I said to you, if you're telling me you're struggling with consistency, baby, you are consistent. You're just consistently inconsistent when it comes to doing the things that you need to do. And we need to change those routines so you can get better at your reach and your revenue, right? Bim, bam, boom. So a content hack for me, again, when it comes to productivity is while I am writing, once I finish writing, while I'm editing, I'm recording so I can take that audio content and use it for my podcast, right? making the most of the time, really optimizing productivity. Is that strategy something that maybe some of you, one of you, a few of you might consider doing? Out of curiosity, feel free to share that with me. So I'm pretty sure I've given you way more than 5 content hacks just because I've gone on these like little side tangents. But I'm here on a mission. I am here on a mission to help as many people as I can work on their content creation, monetization efforts, right? And whether or not you choose to invest in working with me on some level, I always come on here to give you as much as I can share so you can walk away and do what it is with what I give you. Okay? That's why I'm here. That's what I'm here to do. So I've got one more thing to share with you when it comes to content creation, and then we'll go into, believe it or not, another one. Because this is for me, this is kind of like a mini mid-year reset marathon. I'm here because today is the first day going into the second half of the year, and I want to commit to working with you, hanging out with you, so we can reset. Hey, Keisha. Awesome to have you here, my dear. I love that idea. Reading the articles for your podcast. Bam. Love it. I'm glad that you love it. Awesome. Feel free to share this out. If you're enjoying this, can you tap, 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 tap it like 10 times. Remember Periscope? We used to be like, tap, tap, tap the hearts, tap the likes, tap the love, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. That's how you paying me today. Pay me in hearts, pay me in taps, share this out, share it out, share it out. That's how you pay me today. I'm joking, but for real, no, I'm not joking. Tap, tap, tap. Okay, so let's go into, ooh, buddy. Okay, so like I mentioned, I have all of these planners. We already went into this one. This is the digital product planner. This is Run Your Business Like a Boss. These are not the ones I want us to go into now. I want to go into the 20-minute content plan. Okay. These planners, by the way, these help with being able to have some sort of organization as far as your content creation and your implementation efforts. And all of these planners have video or audio training that go with them. All of my planners are at sistasense.shop. So let's talk about some content creation ideas, okay? And I'm just going to pull them from this thing here. So it's organized in, all of these are organized in alphabetical order, okay? So 20 minutes content plan. First one that I'm going to share with you is books. Hey, can you do me a favor? One favor. 2 favors. 3 favors. Okay, so favor number 1, can I have some water? Favor number 2, let print out, because she needs to just be out. Okay, so I've organized this book basically into content idea writing prompts. The pages are organized in a way where the topic is at the top, then there's instructions, and then you can check off which of these prompts you're going to use. You can come up with a title, and then remember I said to you 10-10 win, right? Then you can break your title into topics where you can have up to 10 topics for that one title, okay? So first one, well, this is not the first one. I just kind of randomly opened up a page, right? This page is on books. So it says, people are looking for good things to read. Help your target audience by sharing content from your books and freebies. I'm literally sharing content from my book with you right now, right? Jump on a video, share your content. Oh my God, you're telling me I could have done that. I could have done that from this morning, what you're doing right now. I'm so hot. I'm so hot. Wait, that might block out my light. Let's see. We've got a shade thing going on. And there's breeze. Okay, hold on. My hubby's trying to help me with the shade. Does that make it dark? Doesn't make it dark. You live, you learn. It makes it a little darker, but you can still see me. Ooh, okay. So in the fridge, not the ice on the side, but the ice in the fridge. Can I have that ice too? Thank God. If somebody comes out, because I'm hot and I'm thirsty. Thank God. Doggone it. Okay, see now? That's what's going to happen. So on the porch, my hubby put up these things to block out the sunlight, which is nice, but now every time the wind blows, this thing is going to blow in my face. You see it there? That's what's going to happen. So long as it don't hit me in my face, I'll be fine. I'm loving this breeze though. Nature's air conditioner. Okay, so books. Let me read that real quick, okay? We're talking about content hacks. You want to reset. The second half of the year, you want to start creating more content so you can market your business, right? Books. I said, how many of you have books? One thing that you can do is you can turn that book content into material you share with your audience. Either pages, take pictures of pages of your books, excerpts of your book, so pull out a piece of it, turn that into content, quotes from your books, activities, like an activity that I'm sharing with you right now. See, yeah, the breeze is blowing and it's having a thing. Can you do it halfway? Because it's also a little bit dark, making me look a little darker than I was before with the sunlight. Just, you got me? Okay. He doesn't even want his voice on the audio. He's like, I got you. I got you. So what kind of content from books can you turn into material you can share? Now, keep in mind, you can do this with your books if you want to sell your books. But let's say you're a coach or a consultant, and there are books that you swear by. You can teach from those things, right? And pull out excerpts, pull out quotes, pull out activities. And again, it's divided in such a way that once you figure out what you're actually going to pull out from the book, then you have space to outline. Okay, so that's the first one today. So I'm going to give you another one. I'll drop like 3 of these on you. So the next one that I'm going to drop on you is downloads. So you're trying to figure out, that one's fine. It's just this one that can be a little bit higher, just so that it blocks the sun, but it also lets in more light. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Thanks. Downloads. Okay. So people are looking for things to download. Help your target audience by sharing downloadable offers that you know or you've created. So let's talk about what kind of downloads you can share with your audience. Okay. You can share free downloads. Maybe there are things that people can download that you're connected to as an affiliate. You can share your stuff. You can share your favorite downloads, or maybe there are other things that are downloadable that you can share that I don't have listed here. Okay. So what kind of downloads can you share with your audience? Okay. So this page has 2 different types, and I will share those 2, and then I'll drop off of this conversation with you. Again, right now we're in the 20-minute content plan. So books, anybody have books that they go, ooh, LaShonda, I can create some content around that. Or downloads, things people can download. You go, ooh, LaShonda, I can create some content around that. This page has 2, lessons and media. Let's talk about these 2. Okay, so lessons. We all have lessons. We've all learned things. People are looking for smart ways to prepare for the future. Help your target audience by sharing lessons learned. Okay, sharing lessons learned. Either personal lessons or maybe historic lessons, right? We've got a lot going on right now. Think about Roe v. versus Wade, all the drama that goes into that. Historically, what happened, what's happening, right? Life lessons, business lessons, other. What kind of lessons can you share with your audience. Okay. Pop on here, share a lesson, keep it moving. I said to you, I did 116 videos in the last 2 days, and many of those videos were on life lessons, right? One of my videos, I'll just paraphrase. In that video, I said, listen, I understand that right now, at the end of the day, there's a lot going on, right? We're in a situation where prices are up, paychecks are low. So the best thing that you need to do if you want to grow is to make your own money, right? I've been making my own money for the last 2 decades, selling digital products, selling services, affiliate marketing, print on demand, and self-publishing. If these are things you want to learn more about, ask me questions. I'm here to share, right? Um, Life lessons, what I've been able to do in a space where I've basically recession proofed my business, whether prices are up or paychecks are low. I don't have to go to somebody else and say, hey, can you give me a little bit of stimmy for me to make okay today, right? I know how to make my own money, right? I know how to make my own way. So creating a space where I can attract people who want to do those things is basically what I decided to do, right? Create videos around that topic. What kind of lessons can you share with your audience? Whether those, again, be personal lessons, historic life lessons, business lessons, or other. Okay. Next one here is media. Media. People are looking for interesting things to check out. You want media attention. You want PR. You want buzz, right? Help your target audience by sharing noteworthy content. Noteworthy content. So what kind of content can you share with your audience? You can share audios. You can share posts. You can share videos. You can share, again, pages of things that you've put together. And for me, pages are different things, not just literal pages from books, but you can share web pages, right, that they can go to and take a look at interesting things or other types of media that you can share with your audience. So when it comes to content creation, I have a ton of different things that you can do in the 20-minute content plan. Ooh, you're outside. Awesome. So once she's done doing her thing, can you take her back upstairs? Thank you. Oh, your dad got breakfast. Did he tell you? It's in the entertainment room. Eggs and hash browns. Ice. Okay, so give me a second because I need my big gulp. I need some ice and I need some water. Stats. So unlike me, who was up at the crack of dawn, I think I got up at about 5. I think it's like 10 or 11, and mini me is just getting up. Are you just getting up, or were you up and just upstairs? Huh? You've been up? Okay. Once I'm done this, let's go to the bookstore to get your book. So get yourself together so we can go to the bookstore in a second. So thirsty. Anybody else obsessed with ice? Number 1, I am obsessed with ice. Number 2, not all ice is created equal. So for me, it's not even about the fridge ice, but getting the small balled ice. And I'm going to buy an ice maker that makes me small balled ice. Because I have one that makes shaved ice, but I want the small balled ice. So I obsessively get just ice and store it in the fridge. Or maybe it's just me. Prin? Here, mama. It's been a while since Prin has done a cameo. Say hi. Say hi. Hi. Okay, down you go. That's Prin's cameo for the year. This is probably the first and the last time she'll be jumping on a live with me. No, I'm lying. She was on a live with me when we were at Myrtle Beach. What? Something? Oh, I'm like, what is this? Prince hair. How is it in 2 seconds your hair is all over me? Doggone it. Okay. Okay, Prince, bye-bye. Did you peek peek? Did you go do your business? Bye-bye. Okay. Let me reset my brain here. This is what happens when I get distracted. I got my ice, I got the mini me, I got the Printamin. I'm getting distracted. I'm obsessed as well. Chick-fil-A, yes. Chick-fil-A is definitely an obsession for me. But not all ice is created equally. So I find that the Chick-fil-A bald ice is a little bit too big, and the Speedway gas station ice is just the right round. So you know how women can be horrible, because we can be, right? I said to my hubby, go get me some ice at the gas station. So he comes back with the squared ice. And I was like, I told you to go to Speedway. And he's like, I did go to Speedway. I said, but did you go to my Speedway? He's like, I did go to your Speedway. But did you go to the first ice pump? Because the second ice pump gives you squared ice. The first ice pump gives you the circular. Am I the only one? Or do you have certain things where it just has to be done a certain way, right? I was like, don't give me the one. I mean, I could take some Chick-fil-A ice. Don't get me wrong. But my favorite is my Speedway, my certain Speedway. There she is. Yeah, Print is in the building. Sonic, I never had Sonic Ice. Or have I? Maybe I have and I don't remember. Okay, let's get back on track. Enough of that. Okay. So I said to you, what are some things that you need to reset from here going into the second half of the year, right? Do you need to work on your content creation? Do you need to work on monetization, organization? Do you need to work on implementation? Do you need to work on motivation? What do you need to work on, right? These are some of the things that I've been dropping on you today, okay? So that you can, again, I always like to say you can find a way or find an excuse, but you cannot do both. So whether or not you choose to work with me in the future, I've been giving you some strategies that you can take from here and move forward. But then, of course, at the same time, I wanted to make sure that I shared a few resources with you too. Again, always feel free to check in with me if there's anything that you need. But the resources that I've shared with you, again, you can find at sistasense.com/reset. sistasense.com/reset. Manifestation. This is a good one. Oh my gosh. Motivation, organization, preparation, monetization, manifestation. Who needs to manifest? Manifest more money. Manifest more of the things that you want in your life and in your business. Manifestation. So Prin is like, I know she's downstairs. I know she's out. I don't know if you can hear her. She is she's in upstairs. And she is like, I know she downstairs. Got me in this room by myself. I want to be outside. The only reason I put her back inside is because if she sees any of the neighborhood cats or a rabbit and she starts running, nobody else is out here with me. And then I'd have to go running after her. And we're just not doing that today. The Money Magnet Manifestation Journal. Let's dig in. So, as I mentioned to you before, I have, I think, about 5 or so journals that I released this year over at sistasense.shop. One of them is the Manifestation Journal. Okay. And first, let me figure out how to do these things. Between just being in nature and the things flying around me and me just sitting out here for quite a few hours. I'm ready to go inside and turn on the air conditioner for real. So I'm going to share a little mantra with you. I am a money magnet. I have the ability to create wealth. Write it down. I am a money magnet. I have the ability to create wealth. I want you to reset your goals. Remember, when we started this conversation, I gave you 3P goals. Profit, make at least $100 a day. People, reach at least 100 people a day. Pieces, work towards making 100 pieces of content that are going to help you with your marketing, that are going to help you with your profit, that are going to help you reach more people, right? 3Ps, profit, people, pieces, right? As an entrepreneur, you need to be in a space where you are a money magnet. You are manifesting the life that you want. On any given day, I can say, here's my goal for today, and I can work towards that goal. So when it was my birthday, which was 2 months ago? Yes, 2 months ago. When it was my birthday, I said, you know what? I'm going to give myself a birthday gift. I'm going to challenge myself. And my challenge was to make $1,000 in 24 hours. And I did. And then after that, I did a 1K one day training. And I said, okay, well, this is what I did to make 1K in one day. And that training you can find at sistasense.com/1K one day if you missed it. Side note. Okay. When you are in a space where you're an entrepreneur, where you make your own money, you have the power to manifest whatever you want, whenever you want. And what you'll find, to be honest with you, one of the fun parts of entrepreneurship isn't always fun. Don't get it twisted. I'm not here to lie to nobody. It's a lot of work. But one of the fun parts is when you can challenge yourself to work towards certain either product goals of you just putting out and creating products that you had in your mind and then seeing it come to reality. That is definitely a fun thing for me. I geek out on that. But another fun thing for me is being able to set revenue goals and then reach them, or in some cases surpass them. There's nothing like it. It's basically something that becomes addictive. And sometimes, you may look at entrepreneurs and think to yourself, they're always selling. They always have something, because you're just on to that next. Can I do it? Can I do it? Can I reach that goal? Can I launch this thing? Is it going to work? Okay, on to the next thing, on to the next thing. It becomes a routine, right? And I said to you, you have to work on your routines, your revenue, your reach, your routines. Getting into better routines is something that I want you to do, right? So one of the things in the manifestation journal is you have space to reflect, and I give you direct actions to work on your money magnet manifestation. Here is a reflection page, and I'm going to ask you a few questions, and I want you to work on that for this coming week, okay? I want you to work on reflection, okay? So what do I want you to reflect on? For those of you who say, I want to work on manifestation, let's dig in. This week, I am ready to release. What are you ready to release? What are you ready to release? And feel free to drop into the chat box for me and let me know. What are you ready to release? I am ready to release. One of my favorite sayings that I say to you guys all the times is, you can find a way or find an excuse, but you cannot do both, right? And I have been painstakingly trying to get my whole office life together. And I do lives and I do videos in my office, but not as often as I would like to, number one. And number two, we have been painstakingly trying to work on this porch for, I want to say maybe about 2 years. I stopped doing lives, and around the time that I stopped doing lives on the porch, the porch, I don't want to say fence, like whatever, these things on the porch. Is it the fence? I don't know. It was all jacked up. It was all broken. So it took a while for my hubby to work on that. Then he put these shade things on. We have a swing. I have a swing. We have new cushions for this thing. New plants, just stuff that didn't get done. And I said, okay, well, I'm not going on the porch. Put up my new swing. I've got anybody have pets, cats, dogs? Well, Home Goods, they have like pet swings. So I have my white swing, and then I have Prince swing, and I have new chairs and all the things. Listen, you can find a way or find an excuse, but cannot do both. The porch isn't exactly as pretty as I would like it to be, but today I have something to say to you. So I'm going to release the excuse of I'm not going to do videos on the porch right now because I'm too tired to get cute for the camera. I'm not going to do videos on the porch right now because the swing is not up. And yes, we got the new fence, but this ain't done and that ain't done. You know, my hubby was like, well, you could fix that. I was like, yeah, I could. I'm just going to hit record. You're going to see that one plant in the back. You're going to see me on the swing that needs to get updated because there's no cushion on it right now. And we're switching these things out as well because these are old. But I'm going to swing on this swing today. Okay, because I have something that I have to say. Okay, if I don't feel like doing my videos in my office today, I'm gonna come on the porch. I'm gonna do what I need to do. What are you gonna release? Excuses, internally, externally, that are holding you back. What do you need to release? This week, I am ready to receive. What are you ready to receive this week? To bring into your life, to attract. You want to manifest? You want to make money? What are you ready to release? What are you ready to receive? I'm telling you, when you're ready, it will appear. Some of you say you're ready, but you ain't ready. You ain't ready because you keep making excuses about the things that you say you're ready for, but you're not ready because you haven't opened yourself up to those things. It really is energetic. This week, I am ready to revisit. I am ready to revisit. So I said to you, I knocked out 116 videos in the last 2 days. I'm gonna keep saying it because pat, pat, pat on my back. Some of those videos, I revisited the concept. Things I said, oh, I'm gonna do this, oh, I'm gonna do that, and I never got to those things. What are things that you know that you need to reconnect, revisit? So in this mid-year, you are gonna put yourself out there. You're going to reset and move forward. So before I go forward, because I do want to share a few things with you in the Money Magnet Manifestation Journal, okay? By the way, all of these journals, the Digital Product Journal, the Content Creation Journal, the weekly Run Your Business Like a Boss, the I Sell Online, all of these are at sistersense.shop, literally waiting for you. They're ready. When I say they're ready, they are ready to be shipped to you, okay? Right now, we are on reviewing your readiness. What are you ready to release? What are you ready to receive? What are you ready to revisit this week? Some of you, you're confused, not because you don't know what to do, but you won't do what you know you need to do to grow. What do you need to come back and revisit? Because you kind of put a pin in it for a minute, right? That rhymes. Does it rhyme? You put a pin in it for a minute. It does rhyme. What are you ready to revisit? I need to get some water. Drop into the comment box for me so that I can see whether you're watching live or via the replay. If you say you truly want to manifest some good today, what are you ready to release? What are you ready to receive? What are you ready to revisit? My hubby's back and he's doing this. Shame! The shame on this dirty swing with no cushion. And you don't want to see the crap that's all on it. It's the shame. As he puts it, the Caribbean shame. Why I won't show you the crap that's on the swing. But I'll tell you there's crap on the swing because he and I are two different Geminis. He's the polished Gemini. He needs to go out and look poppy and polished. I am the peculiar Gemini. Y'all know, what is that boy's name from Outcast? Yes, Andre 3000. Yes, I'm the peculiar Gemini. I was wearing wide legs and listening to house music when everybody else was listening to what was on the block in Brooklyn. They were like, where did you come from, white black girl? I don't care what I look like. I'm comfortable and I'm happy. Leave me alone. He is the I must look a certain way before I go out today. Okay. When are we leaving tomorrow? Early in the morning. Okay. Okay, you know, even if somebody can't see you, you could say something that they can hear you. He doesn't even want his voice to be heard. He is so hilarious. Come sit on my lap. Come sit on mama's lap. As he goes, what is that? Are those rats? What's in there? Oh, is that the lemon cake? It's a white box. With you, it could be anything. Reptiles, food, animals. So you know I'm about to wrap up, right? Because when I start to go on tangents, it's not a good look. When I start to eat ice and go on tangents, it's time to wrap this puppy up. Okay. What are you ready to release? What are you ready to manifest? One more. One more. Okay. Whew. We live in a cul-de-sac. And whenever people need to make turns, they always come into our cul-de-sac and turn. Wait, maybe he's here to mow somebody's lawn. I don't know. Random folks are always turning into the cul-de-sac. Okay, so I'm going to drop a few money magnet recommendations on you based on the audio series that's connected to this book. Okay, there are certain things that I believe you have to change if you want to change your relationship with money and you want to be able to manifest and work towards your goals. Now, because I had all of that water and ice, I'm burping. I release all unwanted outside distractions. Yes. I love that. That's perfect. And I'm going to tell you exactly why that message is perfect. I release all unwanted outside distractions. Literally, I kid you not. I cannot make this up because I've been sitting with it like this, right? When I go to this page, each day there is an audio for you to listen to, and then there's a prompt. Okay. So the page that I am on, I kid you not, change your circle. First, listen to your daily money magnet transformational message, and then use this space to reflect on your thoughts, feelings, and questions and intentions for today. So, in that one, I'm talking about the fact that if you want to get to where you want to get to, you have to change your circle. One of my favorite quotes is, you can change the people around you or change the people around you, right? And that's a powerful message. You can either physically, literally change the people around you, change the specific individuals who are around you, or you can change them by your messages, by your motivation, by your interaction. You can encourage them. So as you're evolving, they're evolving too. They're evolving with you, right? You can change the people around you or change the people around you, right? Powerful message. Change your circle. So, one of the things I love to say is that at the end of the day, the success of your business depends upon the company that you keep. And I am here to ensure that you're in good company. On my birthday, May 26th, one of my business besties is Pam Perry. She's also born on May 26th. She's 20 years older than me, right? So we were on a call together, just kind of chatting it up on our birthday. We did a live stream on our birthday as well. And she said to me, you know, one of my favorite people, outside of me, of course, is Letitia Nicole. Gotta love Letitia. She's the creator of Speak Life. And she said to me, you know what, LaShonda, I met Letitia at your event. I went to one of your Power Circle conferences in North Carolina because Letitia lives in North Carolina and Pam lives in Detroit. She said, I met Letitia at your event and I've worked with her, love her to pieces. We've been friends ever since, right? The success of your business depends upon the company that you keep. And I don't have, you know, not yet anyway, not yet. I don't have huge stadium size events, but I have power circle events where people in my community, whether it be 2 people, 5 people, 30, 50 people in small communities coming out, working with me, change your circle. Change your circle. You don't know. You do not know who you are going to meet. I love the idea, and I read this somewhere, that there are people who are going to love you. There are people who you are going to have amazing experiences with, and you haven't met those people yet. How powerful is that? Sometimes we're in a space, myself included, because I'm an entrepreneur. I work alone. I work in my house, upstairs in my office. It can get lonely sometimes. Or I'm 40 now. You can think about where you were 10 years ago, where you were 20 years ago, where you were 40 years ago, right? And think, this is it. This is all there is. These are the only people I'm going to know. I had the pleasure of chatting it up with my grandmama the last time I was in Florida, and it was her 85th birthday. And her saying, yeah, I'm 85 was a reality check for me because I just turned 42. Me times 2 would be 84. 2 times of my lifetime, and I still wouldn't be her age. Which means it's hard for me to fathom this, but the reality is, if God blesses me and I go another 42 years, I feel like, good Lord, so much has happened in 42 years. If I'm able to live as long as my grandmother, there's so much more. I don't even know what that's going to look like. I don't even know what that's going to look like. There are people who are going to impact you, who are going to love on you, who the possibilities are endless. Be open to manifesting what it means to change your circle. What that would look like. Could be this year, could be this week, could be within the next couple of years, but you got to put yourself out there. Change your circle. This is a good one. I'm not even going like through the pages directly. I'm just like randomly hitting pages. Okay. And by the way, I see some of y'all are on YouTube, some of y'all are on Twitter, some of you guys are on Facebook. If I'm not commenting, forgive me. Heart me up, like me up. I will comment when I sit down a little bit later. Okay, so whether you're live or via the replay, I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me. Tap, tap, tap on the hearts and the likes if you're enjoying the session today, number 1. And of course, number 2, feel free to share this out. Sharing is caring. That's what it's all about. Number 3 for me right now, we're talking about things you can do to reset your mid-year reset, work on your business growth goals. I'm kind of wrapping up, but I've been talking about different things as far as content creation, monetization, organization. Right now, we're talking about manifestation. I'm taking you inside of the Money Magnet Manifestation Journal just to reset really quickly. If you're just coming on here and you're like, this chick right here, what is she saying? What is she up to? What's going on? We're talking about manifestation. The page here says change your pain tolerance. Change your pain tolerance. Okay, I'm going to tell you a story. I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet, but it's real. I'm a diabetic. And when we were in lockdown, I did what a lot of people did, which was I ate really, really poorly for a lot of reasons. Because we were in lockdown. I was supposed to go to the UK because I had an event that I was planning out in the UK. Plus, I have family in the UK. I was supposed to go see my sister. I was supposed to take my son on his first international trip. The last trip I had done before the lockdown, we went to New York, and that was good. But then I couldn't do my workshops with my clients. And again, I'm an introvert. I work at home. My workshops, these are things that I do to connect with the people that I love, my clients, my friends, my family. I didn't see my mother for a year and a half. I was eating real bad, real bad. My sugar was through the roof, wasn't taking any medication. Temporary lost eyesight, not in this one, but in this one. So I have Early stages of neuropathy, eye damage in both eyes. Went dark. Literally on one of my lives, I was like, I can't see. I gotta go. That was a year ago. Got back on my insulin, went through a lot of pain because some of my medication was not working for me. Had bad reactions, literally couldn't sleep, couldn't eat, lost a lot of weight. It was very bad. Okay. Actually, when I shared the fact that I did temporarily lose my eyesight, one of the craziest things about being in a place where you start to share and to grow your following and to grow your community is one of the women in my community. She reached out to me and she said, LaShonda, I knew I needed to talk to you because I am you in a way. I'm a diabetic. I recently did lose my eyesight and in one of her eyes. And the doctor said, there's nothing I can do. I've been really off track and I need to get back. You inspired me and I want to talk to you. And that hit home when we were on the phone together. It hit home because I could have completely lost my eyesight. I did not, but I could have. And she did. And you have to learn how to change your pain tolerance because we're in spaces where there's a grieving process. And for some of us, we're still grieving. Could be people, could be things, could be experiences, parts of our life that we miss. And if you don't get over the pain, the grieving, you can't progress. And I said to you, if I live to be as old as my grandmother, who's 85, that means I've got another 43 years in me. That's a very long time. You got to change your pain tolerance. There are two types of people, AT, active talkers and action takers. AT, active talkers, they scream, they cry, they yell, they're angry, they vent every day. They get on the phone, they talk to this person. This person don't want to talk no more. They say, okay, they get off the phone. They find somebody else to, they vent, they argue, they yell, they scream, they cuss. They get off the phone, they vent, they argue, they yell. Active talkers. I'm an action taker. I knew it was my fault. I knew I was eating like crap. I knew that my eyes were messed up because of me. I knew that I had neuropathy. I have nerve damage in my foot as well. I knew that I was running from diabetes because I thought that even though I had pre-diabetes when I was pregnant with my son at 24, I thought, oh, well, my body's still good. I can work until 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, my body was good in the 20s, my 30s. Oh, I can fake it till you make it. Okay. But when I hit 40, my body was like, for lack of a better word, I need you to take 2 seats because I'm broken now. You need to fix me. Literally, my 40th birthday, my body broke. You need to fix me. So I'm working on it. This past week, I had a bit of a relapse. I've been having double vision. Now my sugar is a lot better. My A1C was 14 last year. My A1C is 9. If you know what A1C and blood sugar is, you know what that is. No, my A1C is 7. So I dropped it from 14 to 9 to 7. Good A1C for blood sugars. I believe you want to have it at the highest 5.8. So I'm still getting there. I've lost a lot of weight. I'm taking my insulin. But my eyes, because I do have neuropathy, my eyes are slowly deteriorating on me. And I've been suffering from blurriness and double vision. But my pain tolerance is different. I'm working through it. I said, literally, these are my eyes. Okay, these are my eyes. My eyes are blurry. Sometimes I have double vision. I wasn't going to the gym. I wasn't working out. I wasn't taking my insulin. So, hey, you got to work with it. But I share that story with you to say this, okay? Because it's a long-winded story. And I'm sorry that sometimes I'm long-winded. But I can't apologize for sharing my truth because I know somebody out here needs to hear this. There's a lot of things that I could do. A couple of days ago when we came back from my last trip, and I think it was a combination of my sinus and just the movement, changing environments, my eyes were getting blurry and fuzzy, and their panic set in. And some tears were cried, because I don't know when my eyes go bad if this is it. if I'm going dark now, living life, being able to see for 42 years, it's hard to imagine not being able to have my eyes or both of my eyes. But you have to change your pain tolerance. I know that some damage has been done. My responsibility to my health right now is to not make it worse, to do what I need to do, to take my medicine, to stay on track. That. Now, when it comes to manifestation, there are different ways that I talk about manifesting. One of them is to change your circle. One of them is to change your pain tolerance. I'm not saying that I don't feel pain. I'm not saying that I don't panic when I do feel overcome with anxiety around my eyes or my foot, or anything else when it comes to my health or what's happening in the future. I'm not saying that I don't have handmaiden tales moments. Everybody who knows handmaiden tale and what's going on with women and abortion and all the things, those things don't bother me, because they do. What I'm telling you is I've learned how to change my pain tolerance. I'm a poet, and I remember writing a poem where I talked about my mom, and I used to watch my mama sleep and silently slumber. I used to wonder what made my mama so sleepy, so why she would go and curl up into the comfort of her covers, hiding away from past lovers or something, so until I became my mama. When I say that, to say we all carry certain things, and being somebody who's pretty self-aware, I would sometimes watch my mom and she would spend days in bed. And I got to a point where when I was sad or depressed, I would do something similar. I would hide, I would shirk away. But you have to change your pain tolerance. So in my relationship with my spouse, I don't just say, I'm not going to talk to you for 10 days. I'm shut you out. I'm going to tell you why I'm triggered. I'm going to tell you why I'm angry. When it comes to my anxiety around my health conditions, I'm not just going to be like, oh, well, my eyes are blurry. Scrap everything. I've done I've done 2 days worth of videos, 116 videos in 2 days, and my eyes are blurry. You wouldn't know. I still did my videos. 3 days ago, I was sitting on the floor with my son. He has a loft bed now. Under his loft bed, crying my eyes out because I was like, oh God, my eyes are blurry. Is this it? It's a little better today, a little better. And I have appointments to go see my eye people or whatever. But I'm trying to bring home to you that I'm still doing what I need to do. There are times when we are in spaces where we either ignore our pain and pretend it doesn't exist, or we dig so deep into our pain that we hurt our progress and we stop living in our purpose. We prolong getting to where we want to be because we get stuck in fixating on our current state of reality. It could be that my deteriorated eyesight is because of my diabetes, and I'm gonna have to figure out how to deal and cope with that. It could be temporarily, and that sometimes that happens. Sometimes temporarily my eyes get blurry, and then in a couple of days it gets better. I don't know what the reality is, but I had to learn how to change my pain tolerance. Because if you don't do that, you're always going to be dealing with distractions. I'm going to tell you, the pain always sets in, the distractions always set in the very moment you've committed to doing those things you're supposed to do to get to where you're supposed to be. It's in those moments that I said, LaShonda, it's time to knock out these videos. You've been avoiding these videos. It's time to get cute. Come twist these locks. Come get cute for the camera. Bam, blurry eyes. Okay, LaShonda, it's time to finish up these projects. It's time to update that website. You got 3 clients over here. You need to knock this out for this girl right here before you do this. Blurry eyes. I put on my sunglasses. I dim the light on my laptop. I dim the light on my phone. Is all the way dark. This is just my phone, right? This is not my phone because it's in shut off mode. The dimmer is that low because I can't have extreme light right now because of light sensitivity. I do what I need to do. Change your pain tolerance is what I'm trying to say to you. Not everybody, but somebody's. Because we get so fixated on the pain of what we're going through that we, at some level, and I'm not saying this to you, this is me talking out loud, and maybe this relates to somebody. On some level, sometimes we get into a space of pain that causes us to fall off of what we're supposed to do, right? And again, when I did that poem about watching my mama sleep, I realized I became my mama. I would lie in bed, pull the covers over my head and just go away for a couple of days. I couldn't do that. I had to learn that the craziness of life is that's exactly what the enemy wants. The enemy wants you to stop because there are like little portals. They're like time windows, and you're trying to get something done, and you go, "I want to do it this now," and then they go, "Oh crap, she about to do this right now. We got to make sure that she don't do this right now. We got to stop this right now." That's when everything breaks but the kitchen sink. Your body breaks, the house breaks, the fridge breaks. And you go, how is it possible that everything is breaking right now? Because you're about to break through to the other side of you. Change your pain tolerance. Okay, listen, there's so many good nuggets I could share with you in this right here. Maybe, and let me know, out of curiosity, I'm going to stop babbling because it's really time for me to go. But out of curiosity, should I do some lives on the Money Magnet Manifestation Journal? Let me know. Because manifestation is one thing that you can do when it comes to your mid-year reset. Now, I told you I wasn't going to tell you a long story long, because that bad boy was long. Change your circle, change your pain tolerance, work on your manifestation. That was so bad. Oh my God. That was not supposed to be that long. So I have cleaning to do. I have to take my son to the bookstore because he needs to get a book to read for the summer before he goes back to school. Lots to do today. Okay, actually, let me pause. Let me put on my eyes and see what y'all are saying to me. I think I've been babbling long enough. Rebel Eye Art Studio, welcome. This is a good message. Thank you for being here. In this economy, yes, do those money manifestations. Awesome. Awesome. I'll start working on that. Maybe doing a live stream on the money manifestation series. I see you laughing at me, Denise. Okay. So, do you need to work on your marketing? Okay. Do you need to work on your marketing? I feel like my hair is all over the place and I can't see because I took off my eyes. So, I'm going to have to figure out how to make this work. Any random hairs? This is like a whole thing. Okay. So one more thing for you today. For those of you who need to work on your marketing, I'm going to take you inside of the one-page marketing plan. So this one, I don't have the book printed yet. It's coming. So I had to physically print it out. I said, some of y'all, if you have your stuff printed, great. If not, go to your local Office Depot, go to your local Staples, print out your bad boy so you can share it, right? This is the Put Yourself Out There one-page marketing plan. Bam. If you want to work on your marketing, I am literally going to give you 5 steps. Okay. So remember, put yourself out there. It's a whole thing. There is a 31-day marketing plan. There's the 8-week program. And then there is the process of me taking you through the experience of creating 100 pieces of content over a 3-day weekend workshop, all of which you have access to register for over at success.com/PYOT. So if you need to work on your marketing, okay, that's what we're working on right now. You can, number one, just grab the plan. over at citizensense.com/PYOT. Or number two, you can work with me as part of the 8-week program. It literally just started, okay? Literally just started. So you can still register for the 8-week program to participate live. Or if you miss any lives, you can watch the replays because the replays are up there for you too. And of course, number two, we have number three, the upcoming North Carolina workshop. So for 3 days, hang out with me here in North Carolina so we can work on you putting together 100 pieces of content. You can register for that as well, okay? All of those are at citizensense.com/PYOT. If somebody could drop that into the comment box for me, mwah, 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 okay? Now, you can get your one-page marketing plan, same website, citizensense.com/PYOT, and I'm going to walk you through it right now. I'm going to put it on the screen so you can see it. And then I'm going to walk you through it. If you want to screenshot it or whatever, I'm trying my best. Okay. So let's go into marketing. For those of you bosses out there who need to work on that 5 steps. So the first thing when it comes to your marketing is I want you to be intentional, right? I want you to be intentional about some of your goals and objectives. So let's come back to it so you can see that first part of it. Your goals and objectives, okay? What are you trying to accomplish? So here are some goals and objectives. Are you trying to promote an offer? If so, what offer? Are you trying to build your list? If so, what part of your list? So hopefully you don't just have a big list, but a segmented list of different types of people. What section of your list are you trying to focus on growing, right? Are you trying to grow your following? If so, where? Are you trying to grow your YouTube following, your TikTok following, your Twitter following? Where are you trying to grow your following? Are you trying to generate sales? Awesome. What offer? What are you selling? How much do you want to sell to reach your goal? How much sales? How much sales? How many sales? Yeah, there we go. How many sales? What offer? Is your goal engagement? Yay! If your goal is engagement today, where do you want to engage people? Do you want to do a live and have awesome people like you hanging out with me, commenting, chatting it up, hitting the likes, hitting the shares? That's your cue to hit the like. That's your cue to hit the share. That's how you pay me today, okay? I've been on here for about 15 hours. Tap, 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 okay? What do you want to work on, right? So this one-page marketing planner is designed to help you really get intentional about your actions in 5 steps, 5 days, however you like. So for those of you who are here, think about this. Try it out right now. What are some goals that you want to focus on right now? Do you want to focus on promoting an offer? If so, what? Do you want to build your list? What part of your list? Target audience? Do you want to grow your following? What platform? Do you want to generate sales? What are you going to sell? Do you want engagement? Where are you going to engage? Now, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't assume that you want to do all of these things at once. I'm giving you these so you can pick at least 1 or 2 that are your focus. Now, if you say all of them, then it can be a little bit overwhelming. My goal is that you can narrow it down to 1 or 2 things that you say, I'm focused on this. Now, trust me, there is overlap. They're going to bleed into each other. But if you're working on engagement, you aren't necessarily selling anything. Maybe you sell something, but you're more so concerned with engagement, right? If you're working on building your list, maybe you're giving something away for free, so you aren't necessarily working on, again, sales, right? Or engagement with a group or a community, but you're working on just creating something that people consume, that they sign up for, right? So what kind of goal, what kind of objective? That's number 1. Now let's go into the pretty colored section. That's part 2. Okay. If you can see that, awesome. We have 5 parts. So there are actually 6 parts to put yourself out there, the marketing plan. Do you have it? Those of you who are here, if you're watching me live or if you're watching me on the replay side, I'm curious if you have the put yourself out there marketing plan, yes or no. If you don't have it, it's fine. You can get it at citizensense.com/PYOT. the 1-page plan or the full plan. And the full plan is broken up into 6 parts. And each part has at least 5 subtopics. So you have a total of 31 ways to market and put yourself out there. Okay. So that is this one right here. It's got the whole calendar of the marketing plan versus the 1 page that gives you a piece of the parts to start with. Okay. So you've got the 1 pager versus the full marketing calendar. So there are 6 ways to do this. On the 1 pager, you have 5 steps. Let's go through these 5 steps. Okay. Offer, publish, host, share, announce. Offer, publish, host, share, announce. So what are you going to offer? You should have a focus. Either it's a free offer, a paid offer, or both. What are you going to offer? Okay. That's number 1. And my nose is itching me. I have allergies. I think I will, because I didn't do it. I will take a Zyrtex because I'm not an outside person, I'm an inside person. So when I'm out and the greenery and the animals and the birds, my nose is like, you need to go inside. Okay. So do you have an offer? If not, think about it right now. Okay. Do you have an offer? Publish. So you want to market yourself. Well, what are you going to market? That's where the offer comes in. You should have either a free offer or a paid offer. That's number 1. You want to market? Then you should start publishing things. Now, there are different types of things that I talk about when it comes to publishing. One of those things is articles. So you should be writing article content on your blog or on social media. I like writing on social media, but I prefer writing on your blog. And I'm going to tell you why. I've been blogging for business for years. And there are times when I don't blog at all. But because I have a strong digital footprint, my blog attracts people to me, even when I'm not working on that content. Social media is a different beast. It's important to be on social media because that's where everybody is, but it's difficult to create a digital footprint on social media platforms. Now, some of them are searchable. So for example, if I create videos, right? You know, when you search, when you go to Google and do a search, you'll see videos come up, you'll see photos, and then you'll see websites. Well, Google owns YouTube. So YouTube is a great place to build a strong digital footprint. Your blog, another good place to build your strong digital footprint. But sometimes some of your content, if not a good percentage of it, it's not going to be found via search engines because think about it. Millions of pieces of content are being posted on these platforms every single day. So a lot of it gets lost in the sauce. So being able to have your own home base, your own website where you can build up that content that can be searchable, that's all you, something you should do. So number 1, offers. Number 2, publishing. Again, there are different ways you can publish. 1 is articles. Host. Hosting. You want to build your brand, you want to expand your brand, you should start hosting things. Now, there are different things you can host. Again, for each of these, I have at least 5 strategies, okay? When it comes to hosting, maybe you want to do a show, whether it be a show that you do in some form of video. I'm doing a live with you guys right now. Maybe you want to host live streams, or maybe you want to host your own podcast. Yesterday, I was doing a training. And I was talking about in that training, Tabitha Brown. Y'all know Tabitha? She recently launched a beautiful line in Target. And literally when she launched, I went to Target, but everything was gone already. And me, like many, many women, had to go and grab a small or an extra small because that was the only thing that was left on the shelf. I'm sure some of y'all can relate. Or maybe you were lucky enough to get some of her pieces in your actual size. But when Target put Tabitha on the block, we knew what the business was about. She's just awesome. It's awesome to see. She's such a beautiful spirit. Her success and transformation over the last several years. One of my clients and business besties is Kim Coles. Kim, a few years ago, had a conference called Captivating Conversations. She invited Tabitha Brown to speak. I was also one of the speakers. So to say that I remember when I was speaking at an event with Tabitha Brown, it's pretty awesome, right? But really and truly for me, the reason why I'm sharing her is because if you follow her, you know that this past week she posted and said, listen, do the videos. Do the videos. I was doing my cooking videos in my kitchen. I was just doing my own thing, and look at God. Now she has a new cooking show that's come out. So she's got her fashion line in Target. She's got her spice. She's got new books. She's got a new cooking show. When I say touched by an angel, it usually takes 10 years to be an overnight success. A lot of people don't want to hear it, but that's the reality. She put some skin into the game. She's been doing her thing for many years. And even when a lot of folks weren't out there, she was quietly chucking away at it. And a big part of that, she said, do the videos. Come on now, do the videos. Y'all got to see that post. But anyway, I say that to say, do the videos. You want to work on your marketing, either come up with an audio or a video podcast or a YouTube show so you can start marketing your content. Host, that's number 2. For me, number 4 is to share. What are you going to put out there? What are you going to share? I like to talk about spilling the tea because spilling the tea is what we like. You know you like some good tea. You know you like some good tea. I'm in the South. I'm not talking about that sweet tea. I'm talking about that good tea. Okay? So there are a couple of teas that I like to teach. You can share teasers. You can tease out your content. This is a good example, by the way, of a teaser. Because number 1, I'm talking to you about the put yourself out there plan, and I'm giving you the 5-part plan. But if you want to print out the plan, or if you want to get the full plan, or if you want to be a part of the program, that's the other part. This is a teaser, right? So if you like what I'm saying, you can run with it. That's okay. But if you actually want to purchase the products or participate in the process, that's also available for you too. So 1T is teasers. There's a lot of different ways you can do teasers. You got to get creative. Tips, sharing tips, tutorials. Think of this as a mini tutorial because I'm like, listen, you want to market in 5 steps? Here is a 5-step, 5-day marketing plan. Bam. So I say 5-step, 5 days because literally you could try each of these once a day, work on one of these a day, or you could just use these as a 5-step plan that you work on for a specific period of time. Okay. And by the way, like I mentioned before, your put yourself out there marketing plan, whether you get the 5-page, the 1-page, or the full plan, or you start our program, our 8-week program, you can get all that information and sign up and access these at sizzlesense.com/PYOT. Can somebody put that into the chat box for me? sizzlesense.com/PYOT, which stands for put yourself out there. It's your online marketing plan. Okay. So you can share tutorials. This is a tutorial, me walking you through things you can do to work on your online marketing. You can share tips, teasers, tutorials, lots of different teas, but those are a few that work. Number 5 is announcements. Announcements. I want you to think about the last time you made an announcement online and what was the last thing that you shared. For those of you who are here, out of curiosity, feel free to check in with me and let me know something that you announced to your audience. I have PYOT. Awesome. Let me see. Wait, I see somebody said so glad something and I can't see nothing. Where are my eyes? Where are my eyes? I feel like Velma. My glasses. I can't see without my glasses. So cool. So cool. I want to say clad, and I don't know why because it says glad. So glad, main stage. So glad I caught this babbling since you want to call it that. Fire. Awesome. I call it it's business and babble. It's a little bit of both, but you're glad that you caught it. Main stage. Thank you so much. Awesome to have you here. Much appreciated. So announcements. Okay. One of the ways you can proactively market yourself is to proactively just come on and share your announcements. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm working on. So a couple of hours or minutes, because I really don't know how long I've been on here. I feel like I've probably been on here for, wow, almost 3 hours. That is crazy. This is a mega session. This is seriously a mega session. Um, I said to you guys probably a few hours ago that for the holiday weekend, I'm doing flash sales, but I'm doing them different this weekend. So I'm testing out a different strategy. The strategy is that every couple of hours, I'm going to switch out what is available for the flash sale. So if you go to sizzlesense.com/flash sale right now, you'll see an offer. In a couple of hours, probably when I finish this live, I'll switch out the offer to something else. And I'm going to keep doing that for the holiday weekend. So the next 3 to 4 days, because today's Friday. And usually when I do these promotions, I'll do them for the entire weekend all the way up to Monday. So that's what I'm doing. Simple announcement. When was the last time you made an announcement about something that's happening in your business? It could be a project that you're working on. It could be a promotion that you're sharing, some sort of an announcement. There are different types of announcements, but projects and promotions, those are two of them. So I'm going to show you one of the videos that I did. Well, I'm not going to show you the actual recording, but basically I can give you the gist of it right now. Take off my eyes for a second because I just don't like wearing my glasses while I'm on camera. Okay. So I told you that I did 116 videos. I did different types of videos. One type of video is basically, let me show you real quick. I did this in different ways. Okay. So I said, how many of you guys have books, right? One thing you can do is just announce your book. Hold on real quick. Okay. One thing you can do is a video where you're announcing your book. You're talking about what the book is, number one. Number two, you don't want to get in front of the camera, no problem. Do one of these. Flip through the book so people can see it. It's up to you whether you want to do like an overlay view where you're flipping through it this way and you have the camera here, or if you want to do a flip through where you're doing something maybe like this, right? Where you're going through pages like this, right? Really simple. So this is my password planner that I designed, and that's available on my shop over on sizzlesense.shop, right? Flip through. Another easy video that I did was I have examples of, by the way, if you've ever used one of my templates and you made something, can you send it to me so I could see it and then go get what you made so I can showcase it? So I just did a video where I'm like, here are some of the things that my clients have done using my templates. If you want to make your own magazines, if you want to make your own journals, if you want to make your own newsletters, you can get all of my bundled templates for all of these. My magazine template, my newsletter template, my journal template, workbook template, notebook template. Go to sizzlesense.com/PYPB, which stands for Print Your Profits Bundle. Not only do you get all the templates, but each template has training that shows you how to use the templates. Also training that shows you how to put it together. So for example, I do a training where I show you how to create a 100-page planner. And my client, Andrella, she did 2 of these. So we were on a call and she said, LaShonda, I've tried to make planners before. Let's be clear, your formula to making 100 pages in a couple of hours changed everything. Because I knew what I wanted to do, I just didn't know how I was going to put it together. Your formula changed everything. Okay. Now, apologies. I want to say it was Andrella, but it could have been Andrea. So if it was Andrea, I'm apologizing because I know Andrella launched her magazine. I think Andrea launched her planner. So apologies. But my point being, you get the planners You get the templates, number one, and you also get access to the trainings. And I go through the formulas and the methods that I use to quickly create content so I can help you create yours, right? So this was a very simple video of me basically saying, look and see, these are things that my clients have done. These are things that I've done. If you want to create these things too, get your templates, go over to sizzlesense.com/PYPB, which stands for Print Your Profits Bundle. Bam. An announcement. So you can announce it verbally. You can write it in a message and just post it up. Here's something that I'm doing. You can post up a photo. It's time for me to go. I said photo because I was wanting to say photo, but then it ended up coming out as video. So then the word became photo. Photo. Yes. So a photo video. Whatever you want to do. So there you go. That is, in a nutshell, the marketing plan, 5 steps. What is your offer? What are you going to publish? What can you host? What can you share? What can you announce and put out there? Bam. So if this was not an absolutely fabulous free 3-hour session with me, I don't know what is. Hopefully, did you get something from this? Hopefully you did. Because I did not intend on being here, to be clear, for 3 hours. I really didn't. But God is good. All the time. God is good. Okay. So let's reset the room. Number 1, this is what's number 1? I love this little notebook so much. I love it so much. I love it so much. I guess because I'm a short person, I like small things. I love this little notebook so much. We are doing a mid-year reset. What are you going to do for the next 6 months? First thing I said to you is I want you to think about and I want you to write down this statement. This is still my year. I actually published a digital book called This Is Still Your Year. And in that book, I shared different strategies to work on your success goals. One of those strategies is the 100. So a big part of today, let me fix this because I feel like I'm disheveled and I'm just waking up and coming on camera. Let me fix the chaos that is my hair there. A big part of today was me saying, I want you to reset your year by getting clear about goals that you can work on in the next 6 months. Somebody write, this is still my year. You still got a lot of ways to go before you get to the end of the year. This is still your year. Okay. I said to you, I want you to work on 3 goals, 3 100 goals, working towards $100 a day in sales at the very least, working on reaching at least 100 people a day. And of course, number 3 for me, on creating either your first or your next set of 100 pieces of content. These are things I challenge you to work on if you want to work on your growth goals going into the second half of the year. If you've been feeling like you've been spinning your wheels, you're not being intentional, bam, bam, boom, right there. 100. I also said, what do you want to reset? Where do you want to reset, right? And we spent a good portion of today going through where you feel depleted, where you feel you need to get back on track. Is it your organization? Is it your motivation, your monetization, your manifestation? Is it your implementation? Is it your content creation? These are all things that we talked about today, okay? Where do you feel like you need a reset? In that, I shared different hacks and strategies with you, number 1. Number 2, I also shared a ton of resources with you. So if you find that any of the resources that I shared are helpful, feel free to go over to sizzlesense.com/reset, and you'll find all the resources I talked about today over there, okay? The next thing I said is that at the end of the day, you can find a way or find an excuse, but you cannot do both. So you got to find a way to create a way for yourself to work on your revenue, your reach, and your routines. If you find a way to do it on your own, go with God. If you find that you need me for that support, for that accountability, I got you. Number one, you can always go over to sistasense.com/call me to schedule a call with me. I did also share with you guys that I have a new bundle. It's called the Tiny Task Tech Support. Tiny Task Tech Support, nutshell, is you getting 4 hours and you and I get on 60-minute web tech sessions so I can help you with your mini projects, help you update your pages, put together funnels, work on graphics, do all these little techie things that you've been trying to do on your own, but it's taking you really long. You're frustrated, you have questions, you have holds, all the things. The Tiny Tech Sessions you can get access to over at sistasense.com/TTS, Tiny Tech Sessions. Okay, that's you and me working one-on-one so you can move forward and progress. Yes, right? Tiny Tech. The last thing I said to you was that I'm literally right now inside of the PYOT community. PYOT, put yourself out there. 8-week marketing program, 3-day workshop here in North Carolina. If these are things that you want to do, I got you, right? Come inside the Put What Yourself Out There project. There's literally something for everyone. It is one of the most budget-friendly opportunities that I have. You can either just DIY it and just get the Put Yourself Out There marketing plan, either the I keep saying five, the 1-page plan or the full plan. That's the smallest option for you. Or number 2, you can go through the 8-week program, literally with me and my community. And every week for 8 weeks, we work on your videos, we work on your audios, we work on your written content, your graphics. We work on online marketing strategies for 8 weeks. And we just started, so you ain't really missed nothing. If you can still register for that, if you want to do it live, or you can catch it on the replay side if you want to DIY and just go through the replays. You got that option too. And then I said to you that also in a couple of weeks, I'm going to have a 3-day workshop here in North Carolina. Very intimate, very small. You come out, you hang out with me, and this might drop off because my battery is dying. And we create 100 pieces of content together as part of PYOT, the Put Yourself Out There program. The North Carolina workshop or the 8-week. Those are options for you. There are also other trainings that are included with that, including number 1, Black Friday, how to get Black Friday ready. In addition to content creation, implementation, monetization, you should be working on preparation. You should be getting ready for the biggest business sales season, which is the final quarter of the year. If you're not Black Friday ready, you will love that training. It's so good, right? And just right now, we're at the mid-year. It's one of my favorite trainings to share when it comes to making sure that you're ready for the end of the year, because this is still your year. You still got time. Yay, right? So outside of monetization, motivation, implementation, if you want to work on your preparation for Black Friday and your end of year sales, then definitely get access to the Put Yourself Out There plan, the program, because I have bonus trainings and the Black Friday Ready training is one of them. So that is, in a nutshell, pretty much all the goodies that I wanted to share with you. When it comes to your mid-year reset, number 1, your business growth goals checklist, number 2. I truly appreciate those of you who've been hanging out with me live. I truly appreciate those of you checking in, catching me on the replay side. I don't know who's been here for all 3 hours, because this is crazy. I've been on here for 3 minutes shy of 3 hours. So I might just babble for 3 minutes just to officially make this a 3-hour. If my battery can stick out for 3 more minutes, I might just keep babbling for 3 minutes to see where that goes. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this training. I really was trying to do something for 20 minutes. Laugh. You can laugh at me. I was trying to do a live stream for 20 minutes and then spend about 60 minutes knocking out some micro videos, but none of that happened. My mini-me, though, he's dressed and ready to go, so I'm assuming he's ready for us to go to the bookstore. But yeah, let me know if, out of curiosity, you found this was helpful to you, number 1. Number 2, if you do want to reach out, there are so many ways for you to do that. You can always email me, sistasense@gmail.com, TASENSE at gmail.com. While you're on the SizzleSets.com website, you can always click the gray tab on the right to send me a voice message. So you don't got to pay me. When you pay me, you see that there's so much value and amazingness. Good goods, as I like to say. But me starting off as an entrepreneur on a, not a shoestring, but a floss string, very thin budget, I always create a space where I have budget-friendly opportunities. You want to walk around? Okay, no problem. Budget-friendly opportunities. So for free 99, you can send me an email. Just know that I do have a lot going on, so if it takes me a little while to get back to you, be patient with me. But I do get back. You can send me an email, sizzlesense@gmail.com. When you're on the sizzlesense.com website, you can click the gray tab on the right to send me a voice message. That's number 2. And of course, number 3, you can always talk to me one-on-one for that dose of clarity that only I can give. Schedule a call over at sizzlesense.com/call me. And like I said, all the resources that I shared with you today as part of this reset conversation, okay, is at sizzlesense.com/reset. I always say, my God, are these links even helpful? I'm always dropping like 1,000 links. Y'all are probably like, this woman must think I'm going to go to any of these. But if you go to sizzlesense.com/reset, that's the easiest one to go to. Because like I said, that's the resource page. So pretty much everything that I've mentioned to you here, more than likely is on that page. You can send me a voice message from that page. You can find my email somewhere on that page. So yeah, that's the About It page. Yes, the live has hit 3 minutes. Yes, I'm sorry, 3 hours. You taught a whole master class, didn't I though? You know how I do. You know how I do. I'm all about the meat and potatoes. I got to give you all the good that I can. So I love y'all for free, really and truly. Again, if I told you nothing today, remember, this is still your year. To be clear, this is still your year. This is a year where there's so much more that you can, you should, and I hope you decide to do. Power through to your best you. Till next time, take care. Mwah!